there, Internet. I'm Annie.
I'm Kit.
And I'm Mac.
And this is I Will Fight You, a podcast where we've been turning opinion into stone cold facts since 1986. Today's fact: you can't make a movie by throwing creepypasta at the wall to see what sticks.
Trigger warning for suicide, murder, normal horror movie stuff.
Horror movie time.
Yeah, it's a horror movie. Act with discretion.
No child endangerment this time.
Sort of.
The vague specter of child endangerment, but they never actually follow through.
In the same way that this movie is full of the vague specter of a lot of things that it doesn't follow through on.
It's true.
Hi, this is 2017's The Bye-Bye Man. The Bye-Bye Man. I'm gonna have to try to say that with a straight face a lot. The Bye-Bye Man.
Yep.
Don't think it, don't say it.
I can't do it. I can't quite do it.
Don't think it, don't say it.
This is my pick because this is a movie that fascinates me. Mackenzie and I have watched it a bunch. I think we just rewatched it for fun, one of our last cabin trips.
Yeah, we did.
And I'm assuming, like most people, Kit, this was your first time.
Yeah, I mean, I heard about it a bit when it first came out because a bunch of people were clowning on the title on Tumblr, as they should have.
As I should have. Agreed.
Yeah.
There were a bunch of joke edits. I think at least one of them involved the word peepus.
Yeah.
And then I didn't think about it ever again until you guys were like, hey, do you want to watch The Bye-Bye Man?
Yeah, The Bye-Bye Man. Again, everyone should be laughing at this title, The Bye-Bye Man, especially because all of the posters try to make you take it really seriously, because it has like this, it's orange and black, and it's got it written in a scary font, The Bye-Bye Man.
And then 45 minutes into watching it, I texted Annie and Mac and said, suspense is when nothing f***ing happens for most of the movie, right?
Yeah.
And we just said, don't think it, don't say it.
Don't think it, don't say it.
So this is a movie directed and written by no one, starring nobody.
But Carrie Ann Moss is here.
This is directed by a woman named Stacey Title. She was a director who was actually nominated for an Academy Award for 1993's Down on the Waterfront. She also directed a few movies written by her husband, Jonathan Penner, including this one. This was actually the last movie she directed before dying from ALS, which is awful. ALS is awful. And it's also really a fucking shame that this is where her career just stopped.
Yeah.
It's The Bye-Bye Man.
Yeah. Really wish she had at least one more in her.
Yeah.
Be proud that your final one was Bye-Bye Man. Be proud.
Jonathan Penner was the writer. He is also an actor. He was also a 3-time Survivor contestant.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
In 2006, 2008, and 2012.
Oh, no.
14th person voted out and the 6th member of our jury. Jonathan. That's 4. That's enough unless you have the hidden immunity idol. You can bring me your torch. Jonathan, job spoken.
And I'd like my hat back at some point. Nikas. I'm not quitting.
I can only recommend that you get treatment in hospital. I can only recommend, for the sake of his leg and his life, that he leaves the game now.
Sorry, guys. Bad luck on Johnny. And I had this game, too. I saw the daylight.
12th person voted out and the 5th member of our jury. Denner, you can bring me your torch.
Yeah.
Bye. Can I have a hug too?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to hug anybody else.
Oh, okay.
Denner, job spoken.
That sucks, Jeff. Guys, keep your sunny side up and suck eggs.
This is starring Douglas Smith as Eli. The biggest thing that it seemed like he had on there was being Ben Harrison in 56 episodes of HBO's Big Love, I guess. I don't know that show. He was also in Terminator Genesis.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah, you look at this guy's IMDb and it's just a whole lot of like, hey, I remember that. It wasn't very good.
Also hilarious that I wrote in my notes that this guy looks like a Ben. And then just kept calling him that throughout the script.
Cressida Bonus, she plays Sasha. She has 5 other acting credits, none of which I recognize, probably because she didn't act in any of them, like in this movie.
Yeah. The whole movie is just go girl, give us nothing.
Lucien Laviscount,
LeViscount.
he's John. He's in a bunch of TV one-offs, but he did have a starring role in 2017 Snatch TV adaptation based on the movie. He was one of the primaries, I think. Good for him because he's good looking.
Yeah, good for him because he's good looking, and he's also kind of giving us the most in this whole movie.
Yeah.
He's nice to look at.
He's easy on the eyes, which is great because not a lot in this film is. And those are actually all 3 of our leads. That was it, because we're mostly here for our friend Doug and our girlfriend Carrie Ann Moss.
Yes.
There's also one more insane piece of casting, but I'm not sure if we should talk about it now or when she shows up.
No, I want to leave that one till she shows up.
Okay.
Because that in itself is not really a jump scare, but just say, why are you here? You know Doug Jones. He's our friend Doug Jones.
That's Doug.
He's the bye-bye man here. That's Doug.
What a tragic waste of a Doug.
Doug's here.
You'll know Doug when you see him.
He doesn't even get to do anything interesting in this one. He doesn't even get to do the hand thing.
No, which is weird because he has really long hands in this, so you think he would do the hand thing, but he doesn't.
He doesn't.
And also Carrie Ann Moss. Yes, Carrie Ann Moss. That's right, Carrie Ann Moss. I always remember her being in more of this movie than she is. Probably because she's Carrie Ann Moss.
Yeah, it's like an hour of this movie before she shows up. I feel like you guys misled me as to how much Carrie Ann Moss is in this.
I misled myself, frankly.
Sorry, I misled myself as well because I'm like, oh, Carrie Ann Moss is in most of the film. She is not.
At least I thought she showed up before the midpoint of Act 2. Unfortunately. No.
Unfortunately, she does not.
No, it's a very bit part for Carrie Ann Moss here, which is, again, a waste of a Carrie Ann Moss.
It's a waste of a Carrie Ann Moss.
I'm going to preface this by saying that this is based off of a chapter of a book. The chapter is called The Bridge to Body Island, and the book itself is called The President's Vampire, Strange but True Tales of the United States of America.
Now, the word true
is, well, it is true in that someone certainly said it. And again, this is like the president's vampire. The titular one that he's leading with was this idea that Andrew Jackson once pardoned a vampire, which I found out in trying to Google this book that someone actually wrote a thriller series based off of, which is amazing.
Oh my.
Because one of the books is called Red, Wine, and Blood. But this book was published in 2005 and then later reprinted under the title The Bye-Bye Man and Other Strange Tales in 2016 to coincide with this movie release.
Oh my god.
Turns out that was not a wagon they should have been hitching themselves to.
No! I also love that it is written by a man named Robert Damon Schneck.
Incredible.
Because you know that he started with Robert Schneck. And then he writes a bunch of these, like, paranormal true story books. And then someone had to be like, no, we can't step forward with this as Robert Schneck. Do you have a middle name? No, you do now. It's Damon. I found this book under the President's Vampire title. I was like, screw it. I'll just buy a copy. And I read this chapter, and I have the key to all of this.
Yeah, Annie has the forbidden knowledge which she has been instructed not to share with us until the end of the movie.
Yeah, we talked about when I would explain what this movie is trying to do, and we decided that we want to leave that for the prestige.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be telling you a story at the end of this, because the movie won't be telling you a story until then. Even once I explain this to you, it's going to be based on another pile of creepypasta that is separate from this movie, the pile of creepypasta. This is a movie that is not a plot so much as it is a series of ideas loosely thrown in the same vicinity.
It's like they had a big bin of horror movie Legos, like individual horror movie components, and they just kind of started slapping them together.
Yeah.
Creepypasta Inception.
Creepypasta within creepypasta. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We are going to be listing a whole bunch of motifs and adding them to a whiteboard as we go.
And then we're going to try and connect them to things, and it's not going to work. We're
No.
not
None
going
of
to
it's
find
gonna
anything
work.
to connect them to.
We're not. Shall we get started?
Yeah, I always forget how this starts, and then it starts, and I go, oh, right.
Oh, that's because the movie starts in daylight, which we then never see again.
Yeah, this movie is very badly lit. Also, there's so many logos in front of this movie, and one of them was the California Media Fund, which, speaking as someone who most of my country's media is government funded, I can tell you that those Media Fund movies are very hit and miss.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, you can tell this is going to be good by the amount of studio names that come before it. It's great. So we see, God, all of these film houses. We also hear train sounds to try and get you, like, atmospheric into the movie as we go, to be like, oh my God, there's an ominous train, I guess.
Oh my God, there's an ominous train, and it's gonna be here for some reason.
Add ominous train sounds to the whiteboard.
And we begin in 1969. Nice.
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 In Madison, Wisconsin, on October 20th, 1969, we have an establishing shot of a split-level suburban home. And we flirt with like a one take as we follow this guy named Larry who parks in the driveway, marches up to the house, yells for someone named Jane, knocks on the door, and says, "Did you tell anyone about the name?"
She's like, yeah, I told Ricky. He thought it was funny, which, fair, Jane.
There.
That's
Fair.
true. That's true. You should tell him. It is
Yeah.
funny.
It is funny. Don't think it, don't say it.
The Bye Bye Man is a very funny name.
Don't think it, don't say it.
It's objectively funny.
Larry is like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And then walks to his door, grabs a shotgun, and shoots Jane.
Yeah, props to this woman for closing the door the moment she realizes her neighbor has a gun.
Yeah.
She does not waste any time. She does not ask, what are you doing or what's that for? Door closed immediately.
Yeah, she closes the door immediately. And then from like 10 feet away, he shoots at the door like that's going to do something.
And then stupidly it does because she didn't move away from the door.
Yeah.
No, it blows a hole in the door and also goes through like her midsection.
Why would you stand there?
And then we suddenly hear a train sound and cut to a CGI train at night.
Yep.
And then we're back in the house. We have Larry, who is now yelling at Jane's husband, Rick. It's implied that he threw this guy out of his wheelchair. What an asshole.
What an asshole.
On top of everything else. And he's like, "Did you tell anyone?" And Rick is like, "Giselle." And Larry's like, "Rick, he's coming!" And shoots Rick.
And so then he notices Giselle outside the door.
And we suddenly, as soon as he shoots Rick, we cut back to train tracks strewn with photos and suitcases and stuff. What is this?
Spooky!
So this movie is ostensibly now about an evil train.
God, that would be hilarious, honestly. I wish it was about an evil train.
Isn't there like a video game that's about an evil train and it's surprisingly terrifying?
Yeah, it's called Choo Choo Charles.
There's also a horror movie from like the 80s, I think, about some teens that get onto a train that turns out to be driven by the devil and it goes off the tracks.
Won't you join our ill-fated travelers, trapped in a horrifying nightmare of death? Your guide is a satanic force without conscience. Try to run, try to scream. Either way, you bought a one-way ticket into the darkest regions of the human soul. Night Trains of Terror, your destination is hell. Rated R.
Our friend Larry sees Giselle and her daughter outside the house and starts stalking after them, shouting, "Giselle, did you tell anyone?" And as she and her daughter rightfully scream and run back to their house and hide inside, he starts going, "Don't think it, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it, don't think it, don't say it," over and over again.
And the movie is going to try to tell you that this is a spooky thing that's happening.
Like, you have all this shocking violence presented in contrast to the idyllic American suburb, But of course, the idyllic American suburb can only exist thanks to tremendous violence on an international institutional scale. So I was thinking, oh, is the whole don't think it, don't say it thing about how you can only really live with yourself in this environment if you don't think about the implications? But no, that's not what this movie is. That's not what this movie's doing.
No.
This movie isn't that good.
This is just an idyllic environment. In the same way that you have a little girl in a big poofy dress so you can emphasize innocence. And he's like, Giselle, did you say the name? Who did you say the name to? And they scream, and we see the train at night again, and then we see the title, The Bye-Bye Man.
The Bye-Bye Man. Smash cut to modern times.
The fictional Buchanan Williams University, which is funny because later we'll see, like, pictures of the Wisconsin Badger up on the wall. Like, they really wanted to do it at that campus. And then the campus was like, no, you do not have the rights to this. So they made up a university. And we meet our three heroes. We meet Elliot, who looks like a little 18th century orphan boy who just clocked out of his shift at the pollution factory.
This is a guy who would be shot in the street at any point in French history, is what this guy is.
He looks like he has already been in the third act of a different horror movie and then has come straight here.
He has the face of a Ben or a Kyle more than an Elliot.
Bit of a Kyle. No. Yeah. We've already spent a whole movie dunking on guys named Kyle.
We keep this up, we're going to give the Kyles a complex.
That's true. There's Elliot's girlfriend, Sasha, who is giving nothing the whole movie.
She is a standard issue blonde girlfriend who is going to be victimized by horror.
And she does the normal thing, you know.
Hi.
Where she's like, hi.
It's me. I'm Sasha.
How are you? I just think we should all be nice to each other.
Elliot, we should all get along.
Elliot, we should get along. Hello, John. It is so nice to hang out with you.
Yeah, so much of this movie hinges on Elliot being terrified Sasha's going to cheat on him, and I was like, I don't think she's that interesting.
No.
And then we see the actual interesting character, John, who actually has his shit together. Like, you can tell just by looking at him. But he is unfortunately the movie's designated black friend.
Yep.
Oh, no.
I'm just supposed to smile, stay out of the conversation, and say things like, damn!
Like, he has a personality, which is more than we can say for the other two.
Shit.
Yeah, he's like kind of a smart jock, is kind of the gist there.
And that is whack!
Also, his full name is John Henry, like the American folk hero.
I can't tell if that... A character says John Henry in reference to him, and I swear I can't tell. Is that really his last name in this movie? Or is that like a kind of racist nickname?
Yeah, I genuinely can't tell.
There's actually a few different people who call him John Henry, so I think it might be his actual name and also racist.
Yeah, because in either case, it's the screenwriter's fault.
Yeah.
And, you know, considering the fact that, look, here's the thing, folks. This whole movie is going to hinge on the horror is, wouldn't it be scary if a black guy took your white girlfriend?
It's not a good look for the movie.
No, that is the textual... That is something that is horrifying. That is terrifying, is a black guy dating a white lady and taking your white girlfriend with his just being a real person.
His being a real person?
Just by virtue of the fact that he has a personality.
He has a personality and he's attractive.
Yeah.
We're going to be dealing with that this whole movie. It's going to start early. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's racist shit.
And that is whack.
It's a bad vibe.
It's a bad vibe. But right now, all of these three are just the best of friends. They're just so great. They love each other. Look at them slinging them arms around each other, doing handshakes, having hugs.
What an exciting day it is.
The first 15 minutes of this movie, actually most of this movie is utterly charmless, but this 15 minutes where they're trying to establish like character and relationships is especially charmless.
Yeah, it's a movie where they know that all these relationships are going to go to shit, so we have to really hammer in at the beginning just how far away from that point we're starting, which is that they're all best friends. They're just so great. They're best friends. They're moving into a new house together. They're renting a house and moving out of the dorms. It'll be a fresh start for all of us.
My friend John, we've been friends since we were children. Yes, Elliot, we have been friends since we are children, friend.
We say to a third character who already knows us.
This movie predates AI by quite a few years, but like this is what an AI-generated movie looks like. It's going through the motions.
So they are renting a house in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, about 20 minutes from campus, this fictional campus. It's a 2-story brick house with an attic bedroom. The whole place looks like the kind of place that you would rent in college with a bunch of friends because it looks like shit.
Oh boy, it does.
It looks like absolute shit. You go into the attic bedroom and there's just a fucking hole in the ceiling that nobody remarks on.
It's the most fucking college-ass house ever.
It really is. It is garbage. It looks terrible. We only ever see maybe 3 rooms in this house. There are ostensibly other rooms on the second floor that just nobody goes into. I don't know if the landlord said don't go into those or don't use them or what. But nobody opens any of those doors ever. They also say that, like, oh, that's weird. The house is supposed to be fully furnished, but where's the furniture? As though that's going to be, like, a tension point. And then they're like, oh, the furniture's in the basement.
Why was the furniture in the basement? Why was there this just cul-de-sac of we don't have furniture, oh, it's in the basement? Why? Why wasn't the furniture already there?
Also, for some reason, the key to this place has a little flower attached to it, and the little flower will show up in other places, but it means nothing. Just forget about it. Put it in your pocket.
Oh no. It's stupider than that. It's because the guy who is renting the place we discover is named Mr. Daisy with a Z.
And he works in the fucking greenhouse.
He works in a greenhouse. I think it might be his. It's unclear. But yeah, Mr. Daisy. We'll only hear this character's name once. They find a bunch of furniture in the basement. The movie tries to play eerie music for this, but it really is just a bunch of old furniture, and including like an end table, the kind of stuff that you, again, pick up at the second or third hand or antique store to cheaply furnish your college apartment. This is not scary. This is just normal college shit.
Or stuff that you pick up from next to a dumpster that someone else left behind.
Yeah, like...
Exactly.
And Sasha, for some reason, finds this end table. She goes, hey, I like this.
I like this end table.
Why? Why do you like the end table covered in dust?
We just cut to them having furnished the house. They furnished the bedroom. God, I sure hope they cleaned that mattress and those sheets or something before they climbed into bed.
I hope they checked for fucking bed bugs.
Oh, God, you know they didn't.
It's nighttime now. It's going to be nighttime for about 80% of this movie. So we can only go by characters' wardrobes to see if it's a different night or not.
Oh, God. I feel like the secret plot twist of this movie that didn't happen was they were sleeping on a bed full of black mold.
That would do it, right? That would do it.
You know, that would explain so much of the film.
That would explain so much of this film. Because if you take out this whole bye-bye man shit, you could potentially have a movie, not a very good one, but a movie that's just, you know, a psychological horror of, are we losing our minds, or is jealousy driving us mad, or something. You know, the usual, like, lazy, unreliable narrator masquerading as, like, psychological horror kind of thing. But instead, Sasha is working on her homework for a class that we never see her
I'm so mad.
taking or talking about ever again. And we just hear Elliot has found her a quote that she needs for something, ? And we also find out he calls her Bear as a cutesy little nickname.
And we need to have a Mac interruption here.
The scene was engineered to make Mackenzie upset.
All right, so what the line says is, Rilke says coins symbolize the wonder and terror of fortune.
Rilke is Rainier Mary Wilke, who is an Austrian poet. And I was like, I don't f***ing remember him saying that, because I had to read a ton of Rilke for comparative literature class, and I don't recall that. So I went and got my old fucking poetry book of French and German poems.
Oh my god.
Because Rilke mostly wrote in French and German.
You got really southern here.
Yeah, but like not in a real southern. That's not the way you'd actually talk, even like where we're getting real rural.
I dug through it, and I may be missing it.
But
I'm willing to say that I may be wrong. I don't think I am, but I may be. The closest I could find was this poem from his Book of Hours, L'Oeuvre de Temps. The kings of the world are old and feeble. They bring forth no heirs. Their sons are dying because they are men, and their pale daughters abandon themselves to the brokers of violence. Their crowns are exchanged for money and melted down into machines, and there's no health in it. Does the ore feel trapped in coins and gears, in the petty life imposed upon it? Does it feel homesick for the earth? If metal could escape from coffers and factories, and torn open mountains close around it again, we would be whole. So I was like, he didn't fucking...
Did this guy write a whole bunch pre-World War I?
Yeah, I kind of did.
Okay. That's the vibe.
That's good.
He was kind of bridging the gap pre-modernism, so he was pre-fucking Joyce and the Ivory Tower group. And then I was like, okay, well, let's look for a mention of fortune, so I dug through my book for that. The closest I got was a letter he wrote to a young poet called Yield Not Thy Neck to Fortune's Yoke, but let thy dauntless mind still ride and triumph over all mischance. So I was okay, maybe it's not one of the poems. Maybe it is one of these letters, so then I did a dig search for that. Couldn't find it. I did, however, find a quote that isn't totally related to this, but I think we would all appreciate, which is, perhaps all the dragons in our lives are princesses who are only waiting to see us act beautiful and brave. Perhaps everything terrible is in its deepest being something that needs our love, which, damn son, I want to fuck Princess Dragon. Anyway, this quote doesn't exist, and it makes me mad.
I'm grateful and also angry that you inserted into this garbage movie some real poetry and actual, like, thoughtfully written prose. It doesn't paint a good comparison.
Yeah, because what Sasha says is, thanks for finding that quote for me, then proceeds to not write it down, and instead sits on his lap and kind of cuddles up to him, and that's the end of that scene.
And that's the end.
Why is this here?
Okay, I'm going to spoil a little bit of the story at the end here.
And a moose-boosh, if you will?
No.
Oh.
The coins are nothing. The coins aren't in the source at all. This quote right here is to justify the coins because nothing else does.
Oh my god.
I can't even justify the coins.
Why is this here?
This is just here to try to provide a profound reason for the coins.
So they made up a Rilke quote.
Yes.
And just had a character read it out loud for no reason.
Correct.
This is how movies work, right?
Now, you just heard Mackenzie read some good prose, some actual writing, and now instead we're going to have Elliot leave a piece of construction paper on the bed for Sasha to find that has a letter or a poem ? Written on it with cutout letters from magazines like it's a ransom note.
Yeah, like, if you find what looks like a ransom note on your bed, girl, get out of there. Like, why does she find this cute? This is terrifying.
You look like a model from the 70s.
No, she doesn't.
The personal pilot of a James Bond villain.
What?
A 19-year-old koala bear person.
What?
If any of them were true, I wouldn't have you, but they're not, and I do, amazingly. Bullshit aside, I never thought I would meet, let alone be with, anyone like you. With so much love, your knight, Beau, Casanova, and new roommate, Elliot. No animals were harmed in the making of this card. And that's basically exactly how she reads it. So did he just neg her and then imply she has chlamydia?
Yeah, also, like, the personal pilot of a Bond villain. First off, that's a reference to Honor Blackman as Pussy Galore in Goldfinger, which was a movie in the 60s. And for another thing, this bitch looks nothing like Honor Blackman. Keep her name out of your fucking mouth. What is this? What is this? What?
It also clarifies, yes, they are like sophomores in college. They are probably 19 and maybe as old as 20, which is great because they are going to talk about how they want to just be with each other forever.
Yeah.
I can't believe I would ever be with anyone like you. You're 19. And so this letter is terrible, but she is charmed, and then suddenly hears the sound of a coin clattering on the floor.
Ugh.
She thinks it comes from one of the small storage access doors that are on either side of sort of the alcove where they have put the bed. They're storage access doors. They maybe come up to like your knee. They're the kind with a little handle on them that go into like attic storage on the sides of the house. And then we have this mild moment of the door slams in the bedroom and she's like, Elliot, that's not funny. Elliot! Elliot! He's just in the bathroom. He's literally just in the bathroom. There's nothing scary happening here.
Yeah, there's so much of this movie is just a thing happens that the movie wants you to think is creepy, and then nothing happens.
So we cut now to apparently a different night, or the same night and they've changed. I think it's a different night, but it looks exactly the same.
I think it's a different night. Elliot's older brother's here, and his daughter and wife?
And that wouldn't be too weird.
Except for it's a college party!
Except it's not like they're coming to dinner or something. They're coming to a housewarming party with a bunch of college teens.
Because I know what I'd want to do as an older sibling to a college kid. I want to go to a college party with a bunch of teens with my wife and daughter.
Kick rocks, Cougar.
Cougar?
Check out the moves.
Did you invite me to a high school party? Oh, God. We should. No, this isn't funny, okay? I wasted a 30-mile drive, a babysitter, and a smear of my best lipstick to be here. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah, I want to bring my 8-year-old daughter to this party where teens are, like, drinking and grinding on each other all the time.
And then just leave her unsupervised.
Yeah, this is fine.
Uncle Elliot!
This guy is either named Virgil or Vincent. I can never keep it straight, but he is played by Michael Trucco, who it turns out is one of Mike Flanagan's special pals.
Oh, God.
He's also in Hush and in The Fall of the House of Usher. Why is he what? Does Mike Flanagan let his special pals be in things like The Bye-Bye Man?
You shouldn't, Mike. Keep a leash on him.
They mentioned that they're early. We have no idea what time it is because it's pitch black outside. Now, I know it's like winter in Wisconsin, but I assure you it's not Alaska. Daylight still happens there for a substantial chunk.
We're just not allowed to see it.
The sun sets at like 5:30. Right now in February, the sun sets around like 5:30 in Madison, Wisconsin. What time is it? Shouldn't this little girl be in bed soon? Okay, so the housewarming party with teen pals, everyone's drinking and grinding and dancing, and the brother is like, wow, you're living in a house off campus with John Henry and a live-in girlfriend. Like, he's so impressed that a college student is renting a shitty house filled with shitty furniture with a couple of friends.
Do you think the reason this guy is so mediocre is because the man who basically raised him has such low standards?
Maybe. They arrive in his truck because I guess he's a handyman. We see the logo and everything on the side of the truck, which is you'd think that living in a house like this, that might be a plot point that they would need a handyman who is his brother. But no, that never comes up.
No, it's never a thing.
Yeah, like, hey, we've got a giant fucking hole in the ceiling.
Can you do something about it?
Want to maybe take a look at it?
Nope.
Hey, can you help us check the wiring?
Nah.
And Elliot is like, no. I don't want to go to college and sow my wild oats or focus on being a student. I want what you have. I want a wife and a daughter. Sasha's the one, Virgil. You're like 19. You're 19, man. What do you mean she's the one? I understand that 19-year-olds will be like, oh my God, they're the one. I want to be with them forever. But like, come on.
This is the first time a skinny blonde white girl has paid attention to him and he's convinced himself that this is a big fucking deal.
Basically, we have like a little character moment of like Virgil worked hard so Ellie could go to college. He has a scholarship. And then Virgil's like, Oh my god, it's a good thing you're not jealous because John and Sasha are in proximity to each other and dancing. So like,
oh no.
Oh my god, what if that black guy stole your white girlfriend? Wouldn't that be scary?
Scary!
And that is whack.
Considering that so much of the tension revolves around what if a black man fucked your white girlfriend, this movie's not horny enough for that.
It's really not.
No.
Like, even the grinding on the dance floor is, like, weirdly sexless. Even the literal sex scene we get later is weirdly sexless.
Yeah. They decide to have John take his shirt off and at least look like he's got his underwear off several times in this movie, probably because they recognize that John is an actual good-looking young man.
Yeah, and also the only person giving any emotion in this whole film.
Anything. But, like, it is not horny. This movie is not horny.
It should be hornier.
Instead, we have a little girl wandering around unsupervised around a college party where everyone is drinking. What are we doing here?
What are we doing?
Why would you bring your daughter to this party and then just tell her to go wander around the house?
Dad, there's like whores here and stuff.
Sweetheart, how many times have I told you, don't say and stuff. Just say, Dad, there are whores here.
Instead, she wanders upstairs, finds her way to the attic bedroom, looks at the twin tiny storage doors, and then goes to open one of them. And as she does that, the other one on the other side of that alcove immediately opens, and a weird dog-shaped head peers out and stares at her?
That'll kind of become relevant.
Yeah, there's just a dog in this movie.
There's just a dog.
There's just a dog in this movie.
It's just a dog in this movie.
There's just a weird fucked up dog. Like, he's goopy, and I guess he doesn't have skin, and he's just kind of here. Does he do anything? Not really.
No, he's a cane corso. I actually caught the credits where they listed this dog. He is a AKC winner in 2013.
Good job, puppy.
A very good dog, a cane corso. So they're like enormous. They're like one of those breeds of dog that is huge, is very muscly, has short hair and like little pointy ears and a big head and like a crop tail. This is a dog that will beat you up. But this is a good dog.
Here we go. Italian Mastiff. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you know when you watch a medieval movie and there's like a dog sleeping on the floor that somebody throws a bone to? That's this dog.
That's true.
It's a good dog. I assume either they CGI'd over the dog or they like did mocap with the dog or something. Cheap 2016 mocap. Because the dog is constantly covered in gore.
Unclear if like the dog is covered in gore or if the dog has no skin and is just kind of goopy. The movie's not interested in showing us the dog for long enough to figure it out.
No, because showing us the dog would be expensive. The little girl, I think her name's Alice, she closes the door and the dog ducks back in the alcove and the other door closes as she does. And then there's another clinking coin sound, and this time the little girl finds an old coin on the ground below the end table, and we hear a train in the background. So what do we have on our whiteboard now? We have train sounds. We have coins.
Dog.
We have a dog.
Weird dog. And the name The Bye-Bye Man, which we have not yet connected to all of this in the film.
We also have Don't Think It, Don't Say It.
We also have Don't Think It, Don't Say It. All of this should be forming the shape of something. In any other movie, we would be understanding the nature of something. Instead, we have all of this unconnected random shit. What are the coins?
What are the coins? What is the dog and train?
What is the dog a train? Is the train turn into dog?
Oh, I hope so. I would watch that film.
Dog train.
Dog train.
The dog that is a train. You could actually market that to little boys because they would love it if a dog was also a train.
They really would.
We have this cul-de-sac where she almost leaves the room as we watch her go from a camera set on the end table, and then she looks at the coin, then runs back, puts it on the end table, and goes back downstairs.
This child does not know she's in a horror movie. This child is just blindly ignoring being in a horror movie.
Yeah, she then goes to tell Elliot that she found a coin upstairs, and Elliot's like, oh, that's cool. Neat. I love having a niece. This is neat. Aren't I a great uncle? Isn't this great?
I am great uncle.
I am great uncle. Virgil and his wife and kid leave because I guess maybe they finally realize we're at a teen college party.
Yeah, this sucks for a number of reasons.
This is full of solo cups.
I don't want to be here anymore. I didn't want to be here in the first place. Why did I come?
I'm an adult. There's nothing interesting for me here.
Nope.
Elliot then sees Sasha hanging out with a girl who's wearing a hat. And Sasha's like,
This is my friend Kim. She's gonna do a psychic cleansing after everyone leaves.
Kim! Come get your cheesecake!
Oh my god, the entirety of that video just entered my brain.
You're welcome.
I know it's yum. You know it's yum.
Get your fucking cheesecake, Kim. My car goes to the country, my car goes to the city.
Kim! That's what happens anytime I hear the name Kim. I'm sorry.
Thank you for that, Mackenzie.
You're welcome.
So Kim is going to do a psychic cleansing after everyone leaves, apparently. And he's like, well, girls who wear hats inside are crazy. You know that, right? What?
Where did that come from?
What was that? Was that supposed to be charming? Because she basically, out of any emotion that Sasha does not give us in this movie, the one that she is vaguely not giving us right now is stop being a dick to my friend.
Yeah.
Let me have friends.
Nope, sorry. She gives nothing.
No. And instead, we now have to talk about playing baseball in the dark at night in Wisconsin in the winter.
It's required.
Also, the ball appears to be a Nerf football. They're not playing with a baseball.
Yeah.
Or even a round ball.
Yeah. Elliot has a moment where he goes to get a sweater on to go play baseball with a Nerf football, and he sees the coin on the floor below the end table, and then he puts it in the drawer and it falls out somehow. So he pulls out the drawer, and it's covered in red and black writing and a big messy spiral that says, "Don't think I don't say it."
Don't think I don't say it!
He actually turns it around as though he can't figure out that it says that over and over again in a big spiral. And then pulls off the bottom paper liner, and then it just says in scratched letters, "The Bye-Bye Man." Like on the movie poster.
It is so fucking stupid that this is how this information is imparted to the character and also the audience.
Yeah, the end table is important to the plot. It is a central part of the plot.
This is so fucking dumb.
And it is just a fucking boring, normal-ass end table that everybody loves for some reason.
It's a normal end table. They play baseball, that's over, and now Kim, it turns out she's a goth who smudges the house with sage. They do a seance because Kim says that she's like psychically sensitive in like just normal dumb ways of just like, I don't know, I could like always find stuff, and I knew when people were coming to the house, and she and John flirt a little.
Yeah, this is not how girls who think they're psychic behave, by the way.
No.
No, it is not. Not at all.
They make a much bigger deal out of it.
So they do a seance, holding hands in a circle with a candle. Elliot's being a huge dick about it, while Sasha's like, can you please stop for 5 seconds?
Yeah, it's... You know how in every single episode of Law & Order SVU, they have to have a debate scene in the bullpen, and they just kind of randomly assign opinions to characters, regardless of their previous characterization for the sake of having the debate scene? Anyway, Elliot's a skeptic now.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Now he is a skeptic. Now he thinks psychics are bullshit, and it's a central part of his character.
Yeah, these characters just manifest traits as needed.
Yeah.
They're not established beforehand.
And again, it's like Sasha is just like, can you please stop for like 5 seconds? Imagine in a different movie where these were hints that say Elliot was like isolating her from her friends or something. If Sasha had a personality.
That would require the screenwriter to have an understanding of how human beings like speak to each other and interact.
That's true. So he's like, yeah, okay, well, what do you know? Kim closes her eyes and is like, I know your parents died in a crash. You didn't tell me. They did.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then Kim does some, like, for trying to prove that someone is a psychic, she then does some cold reading stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, your mom had some buns or biscuits. Like, that's...
Yams buns?
That's the classic cold reading tactic.
Oh, your brother is maybe overworking himself for you. Which is like...
My brother who was at the party!
Yeah.
Like, I genuinely thought that the movie was trying to tell us that she was bullshit. Like, these were such obvious cold reading tactics that I was like, oh, the movie's telling us she's not really psychic. And then the movie was like, no, she's really psychic. And I was like, fuck you.
Yeah, because he gets up, he hides some house keys in a pot on the stove in the kitchen. Okay, Kim, what did I hide and where did I hide it? And Kim's like, actually, I don't like this one. Actually, I think I'm done here. And then she's like, also, you had your keys in the pot on the stove. And then she's like, oh, something's coming. The spirits, they're saying, don't think it, don't say it. Don't think it, don't say it.
Don't think it, don't say it.
And then she repeats that a lot. And screams until her eyes roll back into her head.
This is a horror movie, so we gotta have a seance scene where the psychic lady screams and her eyes roll back in her head.
Yeah.
That's just gotta be here.
It's gotta be here. It's part of the horror movie canon.
And John's like, well, don't think or say what? And Elliot actually says out loud what he read earlier, which is, the Bye-Bye Man.
Yeah, so this whole movie is Elliot's fucking fault.
Yeah, the candles immediately snuffs out. And when they turn the lights back on, Kim is on the floor, curled up in the fetal position. There's a scream. The Bye-Bye Man.
The Bye-Bye Man.
I can't. Wait, let me try. The Bye-Bye Man.
Don't think it, don't say it.
So later that night, Elliot's asleep. He wakes up because the radiator is hissing, and he looks over at this dark hooded bathrobe that he has hanging up on the wall on the other side of the room, and he thinks he sees a pale man standing in it, but he turns on the lights and there's nobody there. And Sasha starts coughing, and then she sleepily mumbles, "Love you, John." And Elliot's like,
what?
Sasha, are you joking? Sasha, OMG, Sasha, do you mean that? Sasha, are you joking? What do you mean you love John? Oh my God,
Sasha! This is such an annoying thing to keep happening throughout the movie because, again, the relationships here are utterly charmless. There's no charisma between any of the characters, and this is just exhausting to listen to as a result. Because I have no connection to any of this.
Well, of course there was charisma between the characters. He wrote her a weird love note.
A weird ransom note. Love-themed.
Yeah, a ransom note love note.
Yeah, which is a thing that people do.
Don't you wish that somebody would give that to you? Yeah, adults do that.
Honestly, I would like it.
Okay, but would the person writing it, would you want them to know that what they're doing is bananas?
I would absolutely say, this is bananas, but I love it. It's so dumb.
So Elliot hears some noise. He goes downstairs. Kim and John are banging. He hears them. And then he also hears a weird scraping sound outside and just kind of wanders around looking for the scraping sound for a while.
Okay, add scraping sounds to the whiteboard.
Add scraping sounds to the whiteboard.
Add scraping sounds to the whiteboard.
This also goes nowhere.
Oh, also add spooky shadow figures on the whiteboard. We forgot that one.
Add pale spooky shadows to the whiteboard. Also, Sasha started coughing when Elliot woke up.
Add sickness to the whiteboard.
Sickness!
Yeah, why is it just Sasha? Maybe because she's the only one sleeping face down on the black mold mattress. We just don't know.
That's terrible.
My secret version of the movie inside this movie, like we did with The Raven, is this is a movie about people who are sleeping on a black mold mattress.
It's the closest thing to real.
It very much feels like the kind of thing where, like, this would happen if the house also has a gas leak. The next morning, it is finally daylight. John drives Kim home in his really weirdly nice car for being like a 19-year-old college student running the shittiest house imaginable.
How and why does he have this car? If his parents gave it to him, why are they letting him live in that house?
It's weirdly nice, but also I could absolutely see teen boy being like, yeah, cool car! Shitty apartment is fine.
You think he's leasing it?
Oh god, he definitely is.
So he drives Kim home. They arrive at her apartment. They have this conversation where it turns out that when they banged, he couldn't finish. And she's like, yeah, let's try again. These things happen. And he's like, not to me, they don't.
Oh, God.
Add erectile dysfunction to the whiteboard.
Also, like, I feel like of all the things this movie shows us, why didn't we get to see the scene where these two try to fuck and then he can't get it up? Like, I feel like that would actually be an interesting thing to watch in this movie, as opposed to faffing around with a bunch of coins.
Coins!
Well, instead, John has to hallucinate maggots coming out of Kim's hair.
She's not pure.
Add maggots to the whiteboard.
The maggot CGI is also just so fucking weird because it kind of looks like they've just suspended maggots over top of the footage in ways that are just look so obviously fake.
Yeah, like there's maybe 3 to 4 maggots just kind of like in her hair like little barrettes or something.
Yeah.
Like, God, a different movie would have really committed to the maggots and had them crawling out of her eyes and mouth and stuff.
Like, come on.
There's like 3 or 4 maggots in her hair, and it's easy to confuse them for something else.
Yeah. And it also doesn't seem like they're coming from anywhere in particular. You think you would at least have, like, again, like maggots coming out of her mouth or something.
But nah, they're just...
Maybe she's full of bugs.
They're just kind of hanging out, you know?
Yeah. And then he's like, ugh, get out. She's like, okay, jeez. Elliot, back at the house, takes out the trash as John comes home. He finds claw marks on the brick exterior of the house. Add claw marks to the whiteboard.
He gets weirdly obsessed over the claw marks, too. Like, we spend an inordinate amount of time in this movie just watching Elliot stare at claw marks.
Yeah, he gets, like, weirdly obsessed with it, but not for the whole film. He just kind of drops it after being weirdly obsessed for a while.
And when he's weirdly obsessed with it, let's not mistake that for action. He doesn't do anything about it.
No, he just kind of stares at them and traces his fingers over it, and that's about it.
He doesn't even, like, say, what kind of animal could have made these? It's almost as if...
The Bye-Bye Man is here.
Or the dog or something?
It's just nothing. It's just so much of this movie is just a whole lot of nothing.
Let me just go ahead real quick. Let me just start making an actual fucking list here. Okay. All right.
It seems like, if you will, that all these actors' heads are just full of pudding.
Okay. Train. Don't think it. Don't. Can't do nothing right.
Can't do nothing right.
Don't think it, don't say it. We've got a train. We've got saying the name. We have coins.
Yeah, we have coins.
End table.
Dog.
Weird dog. We've got claw scraping. Maggots. Erectile dysfunction. All right, train, don't think it, don't say it, saying the name, coins, end table, weird dog, clog scraping, maggots, erectile dysfunction. What else we got? Is that it so far?
Coughing.
All right, you know what? I'm actually going to number this list just so I can keep track. We have 10 signs right now that don't mean anything. They haven't yet. Oh, right. 11. Shadow Man. We got 11 signs right now. We have 11 omens. There are so many omens in this movie.
Omen!
This baby could fit so many omens.
More omens than the whole The Omen series. John goes inside. Sasha's coughing over the stove. And John is like, see, you are clean and beautiful.
Okay.
What?
So, let's take a moment to examine a black man rejecting an ethnically ambiguous girl and then going to a blonde white woman and saying, you are clean and beautiful.
Yup.
Let's just examine that for a little bit.
It's so cool how the screenwriter decided to write this.
And that is whack.
And then he goes into, I guess, the bathroom. I guess a communal bathroom. This house is old and it is laid out in a way that the movie does not care to explain to us in terms of like what rooms connect where and how.
Who needs that? I don't. You don't?
No.
Nobody does.
Nobody needs it.
The Bye-Bye Man don't.
And he takes off his shirt and he yells at them through the door, Kim is gross and I have to wash her off. And Elliot suddenly gains a character trait of not being the worst and saying, hey, that's kind of messed up, dude. It's like, it's easy for you to say your girlfriend is perfect. And then we just have Sasha just kind of weakly coughing on the stove again.
Jesus Christ.
Elliot. What was that, John?
Yeah, you know your girlfriend, that brittle piece of old dry toast? She's perfect.
Again, what if Sasha and John actually had chemistry of some sort?
Nah.
What if we saw them, like, talk to each other and share interests? I think the only chemistry we see between them is the dance scene, and then Sasha trips a little going down the stairs to get the furniture at the beginning of the movie, and John is behind her and, like, catches her, and I think that's supposed to be them being into each other.
It's just nothing. There's just so much nothing in this movie.
Sasha's definitely feeling worse. Elliot is like, let me make you some tea. And then Sasha then, I'm going to add sexy hallucination.
With heavy sarcasm quotes around sexy.
Sexy hallucination to our list. Sexy hallucination added to the whiteboard. She turns around and John is naked. And he's like, hey, let's go hook up. And then she blinks and he's gone. And Elliot's like, hey, you went away for a minute. Where were you? And Sasha then fully completes her transformation into what she's going to be for the rest of the movie, which is a kind of a mumbly, coughing, sexy baby.
Also, I feel like we could have used some sexier gaze on that camera of the sexy hallucination of John. Like, I don't believe that the person behind that camera is attracted to men.
That's true, yeah.
Because he was just kind of standing there.
Yeah.
Like, he could have been wet from the shower. The camera could have been trailing over his abs. There could have been a tantalizing hint of dick. Nothing. None of that.
No, instead we just got, like, enough of his hips to know that he wasn't wearing pants.
That's it. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
But that's it.
His facial expression wasn't even particularly seductive. He was just kind of there.
It's just him going like, hey, what's up? Come here. And Sasha, again, she gives us nothing. She just kind of like, what? And then, like, bites her thumb a little. It's unclear if that's just supposed to be just, like, a gesture or something she's doing.
Do you bite your thumb at us, sir? I do bite my thumb, sir! Do you bite your thumb at us? Sir. Is the law of our side if I say I? No! No, sir, I do not bite my thumb at you, sir, but I bite my thumb, sir!
It more looks like mumbling, coughing, sexy baby rather than someone who's, like, expressing sexual interest. We cut to that night, a different night, something. Sasha is in the bedroom. John is, I think, in his room. And Elliot is downstairs calling his brother and is like, hey, do you take on too much to protect me?
Jesus Christ.
And it's like, what? Can we talk about this tomorrow? What?
What are you talking about, Elliot?
This is a weird time to be calling about this, my guy.
Is something the matter? And he's like, no. Well, Sasha is sick and scared, and John is acting weird. I wonder if they're hooking up. And then he hears scraping sounds again, and he hangs up. And his brother's like, what?
What the fuck?
The brother's thinking, that guy's house is full of black mold.
God, yeah. Like, he goes outside, he obsesses over the claw marks for a while, he goes back inside, hears the scraping, goes into the cellar, sees some more claw marks in there after wandering around this enormous cellar for so long.
There's so much nothing in this scene. It's so long and nothing happens.
And finally, when he finds more claw marks down there, he hears a coin fall to the ground and he picks it up. I think it's a second coin. And then in the background, he sees a big dog walk behind him and he yelps and runs to the stairs, screaming. The door slams shut and he's like, no, let me out, John and Sasha. And then John and Sasha open the door and they're like, what?
Hey guys, a horror movie is when characters flip out for like no reason, right?
Yeah, that's horror.
I mean, I'm not sure he even saw the dog.
I'm not sure I saw the dog. That scene was so dark.
And it turns out that John and Sasha were hanging out together in the same room, even though we saw them established in different rooms. And they didn't hear anything.
Yeah, no, we have to keep going back to this fucking fake cheating plotline.
Yeah. And Sasha's like, I told you something's going on. And John's like, oh, hey, it'll be okay. And he puts his hand on her arm and Elliot is immediately like, don't touch her.
Ugh.
Don't touch her!
As gross as this is, at least this movie might be more interesting if Elliot got genuinely racist with it, like started throwing around like the whole miscegenation race science shit while doing that, because at least then that would be an indication that something is horribly wrong, right? But no. This movie doesn't even commit to its weird racist plotline.
It's so fucking weird. We go back to the bedroom where Sasha is now being a weird sick baby in their bedroom. And Elliot has 2 coins now and she's like,
You thought the house was empty when we were here. You went away, Elliot. I went away too.
And you know how horror movies have to have scary drawings that a little kid made? What if a 19-year-old woman made them?
Yeah, what if a 19-year-old woman did the scary kid drawings?
Add scary kid drawings to the list.
Scary kid drawing.
We're up to 13 now.
This also goes nowhere.
She was drawing while not even realizing she was doing it. She drew basically a child's drawing of a man and a dog. And it says, don't think it, don't say it a lot. And she's like,
It's like, now that I know his name, he's coming for me.
Did we really need to say this out loud? Did we really need this to be said out loud?
Oh, of course. Elliot's like, the bye-bye man's not real. It's just something in our heads. And she's like,
That's real. Ideas are real.
So like platonic ideals, like Plato's theory of forms? Is that what we're trying to do here?
I don't think this movie knows what any of those words mean.
We'll have a character going to a philosophy class later. What are we trying to do here? What are we trying to say about ideas are real?
Are we adding ideas are real to the whiteboard?
Ideas are real.
I think we are.
Okay.
Ideas are real. 14 items. We hear a dog howling, and then we see that train from the beginning of the movie again. The same shot of like the train tracks strewn with like photos and suitcases. And what are these items?
Unclear. Is this also the bit where like the wallpaper turns creepy?
I don't remember the wallpaper turning creepy.
Okay, so there is a bit somewhere in this movie, and I'm pretty sure it's here, where like we zoom in on the wallpaper, which is like a motif of like a hunter with a dog, and then we hear the dog howling noise.
Oh yeah.
And then the head of the dog in the wallpaper transforms and turns to look at Sasha, I think.
Probably.
Yeah.
That sounds like that's about where this happens.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean anything? Not really.
We do the tracks, and then the tracks come up on, I think, Elliot, Sasha, and John standing naked with their backs to the train.
This looks like a bit from Jackass.
What does that mean? Why are they naked? What is this trying to say?
They're naked and they've got their hands in front of them like they're doing a shootout in soccer and they're worried about getting hit in the nuts. Like, this looks like a bit from Jackass. This looks like a Jackass prank.
It's so unclear what's happening here or why or what this is supposed to imply. There's definitely motifs you can make with trains that you could turn that into like the inevitability or something. There's things with black dogs, of course there are, of dogs that are harbingers, but that doesn't seem to be what this is exactly. There's stuff with coins. If you have 2 coins for the ferryman, for Karen, is that part of this?
Unclear. Probably not.
And then Elliot wakes up and he stares at the robe on the wall, and then he hears another coin clatter, and he looks over and the little door in the storage is open again, and there's 2 eyes in the darkness of the closet that blanket him.
Hello, puppy.
It's a dog. His dog is here. Hello.
He's a good puppy.
His dog.
Hello.
Then Sasha wakes up. She doesn't see anything. And Elliot looks over at the robe. And suddenly Doug Jones walks into the robe and
hi, Doug!
Marches towards him and points with long fingers.
Hi, Doug!
And it's
hi,
Doug Jones. It's our friend Doug. Hi, Doug.
It's Doug. Hi, Doug.
Hi, Doug. Doug is here. Yay!
Doug, it's great to see you. Shame it's not in a better movie.
But hey, it's always nice to have you, Doug.
It's always nice to have you, Doug.
Elliot turns the lights on and the robe just is on the floor and the storage is empty. Bye, Doug. See you later.
Bye, Doug. We don't see enough of Doug in this movie.
This
movie needs more Doug.
This movie needs more Doug. So it's daylight. Finally, it's daylight once more. as Elliot is dropping Sasha off on campus and promises to pick her up at 2 p.m., the pivotal 2 p.m. She's going to go talk to the landlord about the furniture and see if they can get a new place to live, maybe. And then she coughs a bunch and they're like, I love you. I love you too. And Elliot goes to do a worried library research scene.
Yay, some white girl Googling. It's a horror movie and we're playing with horror movie Legos. So of course we gotta have the white woman Googling scene. But in this case, it's a white man.
Yeah, you gotta have the scared white lady Googling scene. So Elliot, serial number filed off, Googles Bye-Bye Man. And the search result says no files, which is great because that's what web pages are, right?
I think he's supposed to be searching the library archive.
No, he's not. He Googles Bye-Bye Man, then it says no files, and then he Googles Buchanan Williams Library. So after Googling the library that he's in, now he accesses the database for the library.
Okay, yes, okay. This is so fucking stupid. This movie's so fucking stupid.
And he finds nothing, not even on the intranet. And then it says no files again. And then he searches don't think it, don't say it, and finds register archive dead file 69. Nice. Redman.
Which also, if you typed don't think it, don't say it into the fucking box, you would get 5 million things of being like, think.
This one contains the word don't.
This one has don't. This one has say. This has say in it.
This file contains the word it. Yeah, he didn't even put it in quotation marks.
No.
This guy's Google foo is incredibly weak.
His Google foo gives us nothing, like everything else in this film.
And then we have a scene of a librarian giving him some gloves, explaining that dead files are dead articles that got killed before going to press, but they were still safe for posterity. And this is for an article written by a guy named Redman. He has to wear white gloves and everything.
And it's in those cool, like, archival library shelves where, like, they're motorized and you have to, like...
Yeah!
Which I was waiting for there to be a scene where the shelves are going to close on him and then he narrowly avoids getting squished, but that's not this kind of movie.
No, it's not.
Or maybe considering it keeps wanting to do some kind of a motif of like train cars going by really quickly, maybe you would start to see like stuff through the stack and they start to turn into like train cars or something.
Nope.
No.
You know how you keep thinking of cool visuals? Let's just not.
Oh, but we love imagining a better movie while talking about a movie. So Sasha, meanwhile, coughs her way into a greenhouse, maybe a garden store.
This is the nursery, I think.
Yeah. Is this Mr. Daisy, the landlord?
You've got a strange house.
This is also played by the screenplay writer, John Penner.
You've got a strange house, Mr. Daisy.
If a coughing woman came up to me and said, hey, I live in your house and your house is really fucked up, my immediate reaction would be, oh, I guess I should have done something about all that black mold.
And instead, he takes what landlords would actually say out loud, which is, yeah, it's tough, but you signed a lease.
Yep.
Too fucking bad.
And then she's like, okay, but can you tell me about the nightstand?
Nightstand.
And also she's like, it's really cold in here. And he's like, it's a greenhouse.
It's literally called a hothouse.
What about the nightstand?
What nightstand?
And then we cut to John going to class on campus where he's late for a class that's talking about truth claims in a philosophy class. And I love this professor because he is the most what does a professor look like in terms of wardrobe. He's got a tweed blazer. He's got a sweater vest. He's got a bow tie. He's got brow line glasses.
He's got elbow patches.
He's got elbow patches.
Homer, that's supposed to be leather patches on a tweed blazer, not the other way around. You've ruined a perfectly good jacket.
Incorrect, Marge. 2 perfectly good jackets.
What does a college professor wear? I don't know.
All this, I guess.
This is the only thing college professors wear, right?
Correct.
We see this guy for approximately, 30 seconds. The movie needs to communicate in a very narrow span of time that this is a college professor, and therefore tweed.
And John, instead of paying attention to this lecture at all, is just looking through some photos on his phone. And he's like, oh, it's me and my friends. Look at us. We're such good friends and pals.
We are great friends.
We are good friends and pals. We are best friends and pals. And then he swipes across a sepia photo that I could not parse until he swiped to the second one, which is a guy standing in a train car with like an open door in the middle, and he's standing in that big open bay in the middle with the dog. And it is our friend Doug.
Hi, Doug.
And it's our friend Doug. And I guess we're connecting the dog and our friend Doug to the train, but there's no reason why we would need to do any of those things.
It's not even totally clear that this is a train car. This is just me making some specific connections based on the stuff that I read.
Annie is now pattern matching. Because all I remember of that bit was our friend Doug, and I guess there's a shape that could be a dog. And I was trying to figure out how this could have got onto his phone, and I felt like there was a bit that I missed where he'd taken a picture of a sepia photo, but no, it's just here. It's just here.
It's just here.
Yeah.
Because don't worry about it.
And then it starts animating like a GIF as he points. I'm going to go to, what do we want? A spooky photo, a phone manipulation. What do we want to add to the board here?
Both, I think. It has to be both, right?
It's random shit showing up on your phone, and also sepia photo of train car with guy in it.
Spooky sepia photo and phone being messed with. So photography is now another motif for the Bye Bye Man, I guess.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. All right, time for our scary research.
Yay, scary research.
And our only other black character, a librarian, who's a sassy lady.
Don't worry, she will also die.
This actress, I'm sure that she was given very little to work with in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
But her delivery is very, community theater.
Oh, God.
She has had a lot of other roles. She's done a lot of television work. She's had some recurring stuff. But she is absolutely just being like, well, they are giving me nothing, so I won't give anything either.
Yeah.
Yeah, the acting is very, she has obviously been trained to speak in a way where delivering lines. She's doing anime voice acting almost. You know how, in anime voice acting, the tones of the voice go up and down a lot more than when people are speaking naturalistically? She's doing anime voice acting for this character.
Sure. Anyway.
Guys, the important thing here?
Uh-huh.
Don't think it, don't say it.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, he finds a paper that says, don't think it, don't say it, written a lot. And he's like, I think you write it to keep it from saying. And then she finishes, the Bye-Bye Man, like she just gave a punchline.
It's fair. I would take it as a punchline.
That's true. So this article that was killed was about a teen who murdered his own family and 4 other teens in 1969 and said, the Bye-Bye Man made me do it. Bye-Bye Man makes you do it.
On the whiteboard.
On the whiteboard.
Larry Redman was the writer, and it turns out that that's the Larry from the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, do you remember Larry?
And the librarian is like, he shot and killed 8 friends and family, and then we actually cut back to the...
We cut back to Larry.
We cut back to Larry.
It's him killing Giselle and her daughter, and then trying to commit suicide. And I'm sorry, I know it's a serious moment. I've had suicidal ideation myself, but when he puts that gun in his mouth and it clicks because there's no bullets left, and he just kind of throws it away gently and goes, "Ugh!" I die laughing.
Well, not only that, he puts the gun in his mouth, he pulls the trigger, it clicks and doesn't fire. He cocks the shotgun and then tries to do it again, and it still doesn't work. That is the setup to that's just joke timing.
Yeah, that's just joke timing. And then he just lets out the tiniest and throws it away. And I had to pause because I was laughing so hard.
They did this so badly that it comes out funny.
Yes!
Aw, can't do nothing right.
Oh,
head full of pudding. He goes into the kitchen and he turns around and there's the Bye-Bye Man behind him with his dog.
And he's like, no! You won't get me! And he reaches beneath the kitchen cabinet and pulls out some Drano.
And the dog, by the way, it's weird because, like, the dog is CGI and the staging isn't quite right. He looks like he's a few feet away from one of the corpses, but then he leans down and he's right on top of it. And he just starts, like, mouthing the face.
I think the implication is that he's eating the eyes, because later we get, the spoiler, Sasha dies. Later we get Sasha's eyeless corpse showing up after the dog did the same thing to her, so...
Right, it is the eyes and the tongue is what it is trying to do here, but that is not clear at any point in this movie.
Are we putting eating eyes and tongue on the whiteboard?
We're putting eating eyes and tongue on the whiteboard, yes. Okay, and he's like, oh, you won't win, I won't let you, and he drinks some drain cleaner and he dies. And the librarian tries to bring up some kind of idea here, which is like, if you remove all references to the past, it no longer exists, and the idea of it is gone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Again, there's something here of removing all references to something and then it basically being erased from the public consciousness or whatever.
But this movie is not particularly interested in this for any length of time.
No, because she's then like, maybe someone wanted to make the Bye-Bye Man disappear permanently. Anyway, I'm gonna go leave this shop for a while. Bye!
Also, I just want to point out that Larry Redmond chugging that Drano, he gets surprisingly far into that jar before he collapses, considering the fact that it must be burning like fuck on the way down.
Yeah.
Like, he chugs that.
He chugs it.
I mean, listen, he couldn't get the gun right.
Head full button.
So he may as well commit to the Drano. Elliot looks down at his phone and he's like, okay, 1:40 p.m. I still have time, which is like, how long is it going to take you to go pick up your girlfriend, though, dude? Shouldn't you be leaving now? It wasn't, I'll leave the library at 2, is I will pick you up promptly at 2, I promise. And then he just starts writing the Bye-Bye Man like 6 times. And then he's like, wait, don't write it either, idiot.
Yeah, why were you writing that down in the first place, my guy?
Like a lot. And then he scratches that out onto the actual, like, paper, the typed up report. He scratches it out and then he looks up and a couple tables away, there's Doug.
There's Doug.
It's Doug.
It's our friend Doug.
And he looks down and he scratches another instance of the Bye-Bye Man out and he looks up and Doug's closer. Hi, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
Hi, Doug.
How you doing, Doug?
Hi, Doug.
Great to see you, Doug.
What you looking up today, Doug? What you doing in the library? What you reading about? What you rent a book on?
You picking up some holes, Doug?
You reading holes, Doug? And then he looks down and he scratches out another name and then suddenly the librarian is there and she's like, why are you defacing these records, you idiot?
He's also doing like the shittiest redaction job of all time because you can still very clearly see the name The Bye-Bye Man under the scribbling.
Very clearly, so clearly. You think he'd at least like grab a Sharpie or something. And also now it's almost an hour later and he's late to pick up Sasha and he just kind of leaves the reference records out on the table. So I guess the librarian has to pick it up her own damn self.
Yep.
I mean, having worked at a library, you're not supposed to reshelve stuff yourself. We don't like it when you do that.
Yeah, but he's not even like put it back in a box or anything. He just leaves it all scattered across this table. And also now his phone is dead. His battery's dead. It's like, oh no, Sasha, I'm sorry I was late. The Bye-Bye Man made me late, which is like, can I use that excuse next time? I'm like late for some things.
I'm just going to start using that as an excuse for literally everything.
Sorry, man, the Bye-Bye Man made me late.
Sorry, the Bye-Bye Man made me forget to start the dishwasher.
And so he's running down the street and sees John and Sasha across the parking lot. And then he sees them hug, so he ducks behind a store window to watch them through it as they like get in John's car, probably because her boyfriend never showed up, so she called her roommate to come pick her up.
Yeah, and also hugging is a completely normal thing for two roommates to be doing.
Hugging is a normal thing for friends to do. And then they get in his car, and Elliot watches them through a window, and suddenly the Bye-Bye Man is in the reflection, and the glass cracks.
And there's a bullet sound as the glass cracks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are we calling this one?
Random bullet
reflections?
Phantom gunshots?
Phantom gunshots / glass cracking bye-bye man reflection.
How many are we up to now, Annie?
We're up to 20.
That's so many.
That we got. All right. And some of these, I'm going to go ahead and condense. Don't think it, don't say it, and say the name.
Oh, God.
Okay. Trains, don't say the name. Coins, end table. Weird dog. Claw scraping, maybe part of weird dog. Maggots. Erectile dysfunction, coughing, shadow man, sexy hallucinations, scary kid drawings, ideas are real, spooky sepia photo, phone being messed with, bye-bye man makes you do it, eating eyes and tongue, phantom gunshot / glass cracking, bye-bye man reflection.
This movie's a fucking mess.
There are no rules for how the bye-bye man works. There's no containment on any of these, motifs. They didn't just pick, 3 and go with them. Elliot shows up at Kim's apartment, I guess.
Kim! Pick up your fucking cheesecake!
He's here to pick up his cheesecake!
He's here to finally pick up his fucking cheesecake. Or deliver a cheesecake?
Deliver it, maybe? I don't know.
I think of all the deep cuts we've done on this show, that's maybe one of the deepest.
He's like, Kim, I want to do another seance at the house right now. Kim's like, sure.
Kim's being kind of cagey. She looks over her shoulder. She looks out the door, looks over her shoulder. Says, sure.
Yeah, and then it's like, great.
Kim having a completely normal time.
I'll be right down, and then goes to the bathroom to wash off a bloody hand.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, no.
We get in the car with Elliot and Kim. What a great road trip this is. She's like, you don't have to look for the bye-bye man. He found us. You can't help thinking about him, and the more you think about him, the closer he gets. And then you hallucinate stuff.
Where does she get this information?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
She's the psychic one.
She's like, you hallucinate. And he's like, yeah, like a coin rolling. And she's like, yeah, like a train. Because, trains and coins are so interconnected.
Very much.
Yeah. Well, they both roll.
And he comes to you.
That's it. I got nothing.
He comes to you with that thing. And I think she means the dog.
Yeah, but it sounds like she might be talking about his dick. I don't know. This movie needed to be hornier.
Yeah, it needed to be 20% hornier. At least commit to something.
It really did.
So much hornier.
If you can't commit to something, you could fall for any bye-bye man.
Yeah. She's like, you have to stop the cancer before it spreads. And Elliot notices this bloody hammer sticking out of her bag. And she's like, we got to get the librarian, too, that you just told me about. And then instead, she looks out the window and sees a car accident with a bunch of bloody people, coming out of it. The car is overturned.
And she immediately flips from murder to, we gotta save the people in the car accident.
Okay, so we're adding hallucinate car accident. Because a car accident is weirdly specific, right?
It's so weirdly specific, and she is so weirdly directly fixated on, I have to go help these people right now, not we should call 911.
She's not the character whose parents died in a car accident.
Yeah, no, I feel like this is the Elliot bait scene, but no.
No, she just sees a car accident and starts running to it oh my God, I have to help them. I have to help them. And he's like, I don't see anything. And then he grabs the hammer from her bag and runs after her with it.
It's just the why are you running vine. Why are you running?
She runs to this car accident, which is also on train tracks that she doesn't see have started. She doesn't see the train. She doesn't see the train. She doesn't see the lights. And then she gets hit by a train.
And again, this is clearly within the context of the movie and the reactions we get supposed to be horrifying. But it's shot as a comedy.
It's shot God, it's shot like Regina George getting hit by a bus.
You could take that fake apology and shove it right up your hairy...
And that's how Regina George died.
It's shot like Wile E. Coyote realizing that he's out over open air and holding up a sign that says, oops.
And unfortunately, this accident in broad daylight takes so long to investigate that it is now nighttime again, and it will be nighttime forever.
It'll be nighttime forever from here on out.
But we do have some good news for you.
We do have some good news, though. Carrie Ann Moss is here. Bad news, she's a cop, ACAB, but, you know, if you have to f*** a cop, at least it's Carrie Ann Moss.
Don't f*** cops.
The good news is that she looks good.
She looks so good.
She's in just like a Henley with like just some like chunky jewelry underneath it and like a cool jacket. And she's Carrie Ann Moss.
She's Carrie Ann Moss.
This one's for the gays. This one's solely for the gays. This is an hour into the movie, by the way.
Yeah, again, like, Mac and I really remembered Carrie Ann Moss being in more of this movie than she was.
Yeah. I think it's something that our brain does to try and prepare us for the Bye-Bye Man.
Yeah.
It's like, you look forward to Carrie Ann Moss. Don't worry about it.
Hey, Carrie Ann Moss is in there. It's not like a lot happens before this in the movie. And it's like, well, not a lot does happen, but there is a lot of runtime.
There's just a lot of movie before she shows up. Not that anything happens there.
And so she is a detective. She's investigating. Sasha and John show up to find Elliot near the ambulance with a trauma blanket. And he's like, Kim is dead and he's gonna get us. And we can't say the name to anyone else ever. And there's a weird tension point where they're like, swear you're not gonna say the name ever. John, you gotta swear. Don't tell anyone the name. And he's like, nuh-uh.
They're all, by the way, saying this incredibly loudly, as evidenced by the fact that Carrie Ann Moss can hear them from across the crime scene.
Yeah, and she's like, what are you guys talking about? John, don't say the name! And he doesn't.
John, don't say it!
This movie from Carrie Ann Moss's perspective is hilarious. She's looking at these kids thinking these kids are having the worst high anyone has ever experienced.
These children are so high. They have been inhaling so much black mold. She's like, hey, both of you need to shut up. Hey, Sasha, you look like a freaked out teen girl. I need to focus on you. And then John talks and Carrie Ann Moss is like, shut up. And then John hallucinates her winking at him. So he winks back and then she looks at him weird. And that goes nowhere.
Why was his reaction to wink back? Was this supposed to be like another like sexy thing where like...
Yeah, he saw hot Carrie Ann Moss wink at him and he was like, fuck yeah.
Okay, is it supposed to be a winking or is it supposed to be a like, go with me here, we are both in the know wink? Like a conspiratorial wink?
The way Carrie Ann Moss is playing it is like a go with me here wink. And then the way that John is playing it is the sexy wink. And I'm not convinced these two were on set the same day.
So they don't say the name, but then Sasha hallucinates blood on Carrie Ann Moss's shoes and then looks up and hallucinates Carrie Ann Moss's eyes being gouged out and there being blood in her mouth. So I think her tongue is gone too. And then Sasha throws up. And then Elliot sees the Bye-Bye Man hanging out with the cops through a crowd with his dog.
Which is actually kind of hilarious.
Instead, he pushes a bunch of people.
I love the idea, like, this isn't a hallucination. The Bye-Bye Man is literally just here, and the cops are like, hey, man, good to see you.
Hey, Doug.
It's Doug.
And he's like, hey, guys, what's up?
We like Doug.
Have you met my dog? And Elliot pushes his way through the crowd to discover, oh, it's a cop with a canine unit dog. It's like, should you be allowing, like, you very clearly implied that you suspect this guy might be responsible for the murder because, like...
You have an eyewitness saying that this kid was chasing the victim with a hammer before she was run over by a train. Why isn't he in handcuffs right now?
Yeah. Why isn't he in handcuffs? That is literally how Carrie Ann Moss introduced herself. And it's like, the train conductor said you were chasing Kim with a hammer while she was crying for help. So, yeah, go ahead and have free reign to roam around this crime scene. Instead, he's like, all right.
I know I've done this bit 50 times.
Uh-huh.
But in the note, I did right. Yeah, because he was chasing her down, telling her to get her fucking cheesecake.
Kim! Come get your cheesecake, Kim! I know it's yum! You know it's yum!
It's yum!
I will point out, I did double check the original video, and it's Kim who is yelling at Ginger to come and get her cheesecake.
Okay.
That's what it is. That's right, Kim.
I'm still thinking of
Yum.
it. Kim. I still think of it, though. It's so good. I love that woman, and I don't know her.
But you feel her frustration, don't you?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel it on a visceral
I
level.
was once trying to give away a pair of like pants that didn't fit me on Facebook. I was like, hey, I got these in like one of those subscription boxes. They don't fit me, but it was cheaper for me to keep them. Does anyone want these pants? And somebody responded on Facebook saying, I love the color. And I was like, Kim! Ginger, do you want the pants or not?
So John takes Sasha home, and Carrie-Anne Moss takes Elliot down to the station in interrogation rooms. I don't remember what these are called.
I think that's right.
Interrogation room?
I don't know. But like, it's the room where like there's double pane glass, and then he's like, handcuffed to the table. Carrie-Anne Moss is like, well, good news for you. Kim left a suicide note taking responsibility for killing her roommate and also saying that she was going to kill you and Sasha and John.
Oh, Carrie-Anne Moss is a good actress, so she's visibly pissed off at this piece of information.
Yep. She's like, all right, will you just talk to me? Will you please just tell me what's going on? And then he's like, no. And then they have this dumb conversation about whether or not honesty is the best policy. And he's like, well, what if you saw a really bad crime scene and your kids wanted to know about your day, huh? Would you be honest with them? It's like, I'm sorry, I thought the Philosophy 101 scene was like way earlier in this movie.
It's just such a dumb, like, teen guy gotcha. And the movie treats it as a profound insight.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where, like, racists will be like, well, what if the world was going to explode? Could I say the N-word then? If that would save the world?
If you were batting at the World Series and a pitcher accidentally threw a Christian baby at you...
It's one of those type of gotchas. Anyway, Elliot's brother bails him out, and his brother is like, okay, great, will you just talk to me and tell me what's going on? And he's like, no, go take care of your family. And as he drives off, his brother's like, I'm literally your older brother.
Again, this movie from the older brother's perspective is also hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Elliot gets in the car, he goes back to his house, where he immediately hallucinates hearing John and Sasha banging, and then breaks into John's room and hallucinates seeing them banging.
And it's not even shot in, like, an interesting, sexy way. It's not even shot in, like, an interesting horror movie way.
Do you just see John's face as he's humping, and he turns his head, and he kind of looks over his shoulder, and then looks back forward? That's it.
Yeah, it's just extremely boring, locked-off frame. It's just... Why isn't this movie hornier?
I mean, for as much as this movie dips itself into the horny pool, you think it would, like, just take a dive. Just go.
I want to see the John Waters version of this movie. I think it would rule.
Instead, Elliot grabs the baseball bat that John had earlier when they were playing baseball at night. See, it's a good movie. And then whacks John in the head with it after he's like, what's wrong with you? And then Elliot realizes that Sasha's just asleep and they're both fully clothed.
I do kind of love John's reaction here, because as far as he's concerned, his best friend walked into his bedroom, picked up a baseball bat, and walloped him over the head, and his immediate reaction is just, hey!
And then as he's like got John collapsed on the floor, the house phone rings. They have a house phone. This is 2017. They all have like smartphones, but I guess they also still have a house phone. And the caller ID says Wilkins, and it turns out that it's the librarian whose name is Mrs. Wilkins. And she called Elliot's house. This isn't on-campus housing or anything. She just called his house. I guess he gave her his house phone number.
On file, maybe with his student ID, it does not matter.
But she's like, hey, Elliot, it's me, Mrs. Wilkins. I've been having some really strange thoughts about the Bye-Bye Man since we talked. Maybe I can come over to your house later? I'm sorry, I've just been having the most vivid thoughts.
Yeah, that's not Annie bullshitting. That's literally the delivery of these lines.
That is literally the delivery
that's
of this
literally
line.
how she says these lines.
Yeah.
I have been having all these thoughts. And then as Elliot replies to her, she does not respond to him as if he said what he said. She responds to him as if he's agreeing. Yes, I have these thoughts. I will see you later.
And then, like, Elliot hangs up on her because he finds a crumpled note from Mr. Daisy, the landlord gardener, which is a dumb sentence.
At this point in the movie, I had completely forgotten that Sasha went to go speak to the landlord, so for a second I was like, where the fuck did this note come from? And then I saw that it was on like a flower post-it, and I was like, oh wait, right.
And it's in John's hand.
Yeah, why does John have it?
And it just says, Widow Redman, 83 Sunset Hill Road, nightstand. And Elliot is like, for the audience, he's like, Redman, Larry Redman, the writer. It was his nightstand. It was his hat, Mr. Krabs. He was number one.
Does this woman go by the Widow Redman in the year of our Lord 2017?
I think she does.
God, I would.
She just seems to be Widow Redman.
I absolutely would. God, if I had the chance and the opportunity, I fucking would.
Okay, Mackenzie, you need to marry someone and then kill them.
Yeah, okay. On it.
Do you have your skimpy negligee prepared so you can descend the staircase?
Do I need to buy that first, or should I buy it after I get married, but right before I murder?
I think you get it. I think you lock in the marriage by having the fleecy negligee.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you got to really butter your staircase. It's just got to be a really buttery staircase.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
And then you descend it later to tell people, can't you see I'm in mourning?
Yeah, wash the butter off first, otherwise you will also fall down the staircase.
Yeah, do wash the butter off first.
Okay, on it. Noted.
Listen, you know how the staircase murders went. Also get an owl.
I'll get an owl and I'll blame the owl for everything.
Blame the owl for it.
And if you get caught, just remember the Bye-Bye Man made you do it.
Sorry, the Bye-Bye Man made me buy the owl.
The Bye-Bye Man told me to buy the owl and blame the murder on him.
Doug said it was a good idea.
I trust Doug. That's a true crime joke.
Oh, God. We were wondering how punchy and giggly we were going to get with this one, and the answer is yes.
Doug said buying the owl was a good idea. Oh, the staircase murders. God, right. Anyway, he hangs up on Mrs. Wilkins. He's like, okay, I'll be there soon. And we see her hang up the phone, and she's got a bloody kitchen knife.
And she's holding a bloody knife, and her children are dead behind her.
Whoa!
Oh, no.
Elliot drags John to, like, the cellar while tied up. I don't know where he got this rope.
Yeah, also definitely has head and possibly also neck injury, which is exactly the circumstances upon which you want to drag someone down a flight of stairs.
Oh, yeah, and he's like, sorry, John, I can't call an ambulance because then you'll say the Bye-Bye Man. Sasha remains a sleepy, sexy, coughing baby, and Elliot's like, goodbye, I love you. And then he drives out, and okay.
I wrote it down.
Go for it.
Can I do it? Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye, happiness. Hello, loneliness. I think I'm gonna die.
This is Bye-Bye Love by the Everly Brothers is playing on the radio, and he's just, like, jamming along to it, because you get it.
Oh, he is fucking jamming out.
Do you get it? It has Bye-Bye in it.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, get it?
Do you get it?
You get it?
Do you get it? I think I'm gonna die. It's a scary reimagining of an innocuous song. You've never seen that before, right?
No, never.
It's also nothing. This is nothing.
This movie's just nothing.
Bye-bye, love.
This scene in particular, it's nothing. It doesn't add anything.
It is just him singing along to this fucking song, and then it ends, and why is this here? Like, I know this movie is only like 100 minutes long, like it's just over an hour and a half, but I feel like even then you could afford to cut some stuff.
How would we know he got to the Widow Redman's car if we don't see him driving there at night?
How would we know? And how would we get the neat reference to the Bye-Bye Man there, huh?
Yeah. See, if you think about it, it's like it's actually scary.
Necessary.
It's necessary. So he arrives at the Widow Redmond's house. The windows are all papered over or something, and he knocks on the door. The door is unlocked. And who is at the top of the stairs telling him to leave?
It's Faye fucking Dunaway for no fucking reason.
Why is Faye Dunaway here?
Why is, like, Carrie Ann Moss, great to see her. Faye Dunaway shows up and you're like, why are you here?
You're a completely different caliber of actor. Faye Dunaway?
For those of you who don't know, Faye Dunaway is a movie star from the 60s and 70s. She was in the Thomas Crown Affair. She was in 3 Days of the Condor. She was in a bunch of other stuff.
She was in Chinatown!
She was in Chinatown. She's just way too famous to be in this shit in particular.
Why is Faye Dunaway? What favor did you... What, Mackenzie?
Buried in every amazing, gorgeous actress's heart is the desire to be the old, kind of creepy woman in a horror film.
Here's the thing, she's still gorgeous.
She's still gorgeous.
You got me there. You got me there. Yeah, you know what? Okay.
She's standing at the top of a staircase. If she had the sexy negligee, you know she'd be wearing it.
Instead, she's in this, like, huge plush robe. She's got, like...
Which also works.
She's got a cameo brooch.
She's got a cameo brooch.
Like, around her throat.
And she gets to come down and say some ominous-ass shit. And damn, if that ain't every actress's dream.
Her hair looks astounding.
It looks astounding. She looks astounding.
Yeah, like, considering that he supposedly is knocking on her door in the middle of the night, she should not be made up at all. She looks terrific. She looks incredible.
She wakes up like this.
And she is only here to exposit. And so they go to her parlor, lit only by a fireplace. He's like, there's a train, gold coins, a hound. And I love that just these three things that he lists, there's no way to connect these ideas at all.
And she doesn't, and like, even Faye Dunaway doesn't connect these ideas. All she does really in this scene is like, explain stuff that we kind of already should have known by inference at this point. Like, if you're paying attention to the movie, which admittedly it's a very boring movie, there's a very good reason not to pay attention to it. But if you're paying attention to the movie, then everything she says is stuff that you would have figured out by now on your own.
Yeah, Larry was working on a news story. He says the Bye-Bye Man came to him with a hound. It gave her nightmares. He said that the story was some kind of reaper that drove a teenager mad. And then we get another Larry flashback.
Yay, Larry?
Larry.
First off, I'm pretty sure the casting director for this movie was incredibly gay, and that's why they were like, hey, Faye Dunaway should be like the Harbinger lady. But they did actually manage to cast for young Faye Dunaway, an actress who looks astonishingly like Faye Dunaway.
And this young actress comes home, and Larry has written "Don't Think It, Don't Say It" all over the walls and ceiling and all the furniture, including an end table. That's the end table.
It's the end table.
And then he, like, explains to his wife about the name and how it gets into your head and makes you do things. And he says, that's how you know he's coming, when you see the hound and hear the coins. Like, what?
What?
These ideas aren't congruent. And he says, he listens for his name. Anyone could say it. It's just dumb luck, like the flip of a coin.
I don't accept that explanation. I don't accept that explanation for the coins.
We're trying so hard to make these coins happen.
We gotta keep making the coins happen, guys. We gotta make them happen.
He grabs a shotgun from the closet, and then he's like, I'm not crazy. He's making me do it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, young Faye Dunaway, who has just seen her husband pull a shotgun out of a closet after scribbling stuff all over her house, is like, oh God, please don't shoot me.
He's like, no, I'm fine. And then he leaves, and then we cut back to Faye Dunaway, who says Larry was a hero.
Yeah, so what we have here is a man who committed a mass shooting in a suburban neighborhood, killing all of his friends and neighbors. This is presented as a heroic act. Put a pin in that for later.
Yeah.
Put a pin in it.
Yep. And then Elliot is like, well, but how did you survive? And she's like, were you not paying attention? He never told me the name. And Elliot's like, but he's got me and my friends. What do I do? And she's like, here's a revolver.
Kill yourself.
I was waiting this entire scene for him to accidentally say the Bye-Bye Man to her, and then she begs him to shoot her. And then that doesn't happen. And I was like, what the fuck is this? You're not even following the rules of your own movie at this point.
No, and Elliot is about to invent new rules because Faye's like, great, kill everyone you told and then kill yourself. And then he's like, no, there has to be another way. Don't think it, don't say it has to be a clue.
It's not.
And then he starts seeing a train passing behind the house in the windows.
And he starts babbling this complete nonsensical forward plot point that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And he's like, that's the answer!
Yeah, he arrives at this idea that we give him power, we make him real with our fear, and then he hears us if we think of him, and the more scared we are, the more real he gets, but if we're not afraid, we take his power, and then he's nothing.
Yeah, this reasoning is not true, apparently. You would think that this would be the way out for the character, and I'm going to tell you now it's not. This goes nowhere.
It's not. Just, it's dropped. Don't worry about it.
If it was something, maybe this would be like I have to confront the truth because I'm afraid of the truth and I've been hiding from it or something, which was like,
yeah,
I have to break up with my girlfriend or something, or you guys deserve to be together or something, yeah. anything.
Or even my jealousy.
The truth is that I'm tremendously racist about my best friend and my girlfriend.
Yeah.
And that is whack.
And instead, it's like the train noises stop. And they're like, oh my God, that's it. And Faye Dunaway is like, how could you figure it out? And my Larry not, and nudges the logs on the hearth with an iron poker. And suddenly fire leaps up the poker and Widow Redmond is engulfed in flames and screams for help. Ah!
And again, like, Faye Dunaway is actually a good actress, so this is actually kind of affecting.
And Elliot is like, no, this is fake, and closes his eyes, and then the hallucination is gone, and he starts talking to the Bye-Bye Man directly, and is like, I have you now.
He doesn't have him now.
You're not real! I have you now, don't I?
And then just runs out of the scene, and Faye Dunaway is gone. Goodbye, Faye.
Rip. Bye, Faye.
We really enjoyed having you in this movie. We don't know why you're in this movie.
Yeah, thank you for being here, Faye. We appreciate you.
Thanks, Faye. Bye. And then Elliot drives home. He leaves a voicemail for Sasha and then puts his phone down next to the revolver on the passenger seat. And then the Nerf football from the baseball scene hits the car, I think.
Yeah, he hits something. Something hits the car, and I think he's supposed to think that he ran something over. But then he just kind of shakes it off.
Yeah.
And then he sees John standing in the middle of the road.
And he goes, no, you're not real. I know you're not real. You're not real. You're not real.
And he accelerates and then goes through it, which vanishes into an illusion. And then he turns around for like 5 solid seconds. He drives for like 5 solid seconds while looking out the back window of the car.
And then he hits the librarian.
Oh, God.
Like, and again, another comedy moment.
It is shot once again like Regina George getting hit by the bus.
Yeah.
And that's how Regina George died.
And it's absolutely the librarian. His car spins off the road. It lands upside down and he crawls out with the revolver. And the librarian is now just propped against a tree, holding a knife. So I guess she was just walking there.
She was just walking to his house
with the knife.
And then he's like, oh, this is obviously just another hallucination, completely ignoring the conversation that he had with the librarian earlier, I guess.
Then he just starts jogging to the house and she dies. And then we cut to an establishing shot of the house that we have never seen before, which is establishing that the house has a fanciful lumberjack gnome weather vane.
We've never seen this before.
We will never see it again.
I'm glad it's here, though.
And then Sasha wakes up and does a sexy baby stretch.
Oh, God. And she, like, actually goes to the bathroom and looks in the mirror. And this girl who looks, by the way, completely normal, she's just not wearing makeup, or at least not wearing, like, makeup that looks like makeup, looks in the mirror and goes, oh, I look like hell.
Yeah, she looks exactly the same as she has the rest of this movie. Her hair isn't even, like, rumpled.
Yeah, she looks fine.
And then meanwhile, John wakes up in the cellar, and Elliot did not lock the door to the cellar, by the way. Because John just walks out. I mean, he's stumbling because there is blood coming out of his ears. He needs to go see a doctor. And then he stumbles to the house, and then he goes to his room and sees Sasha in his bathroom. And then she looks in the mirror and sees Elliot in a black dress shirt that is buttoned up to his throat that we've never seen him wear before.
I like the idea that the bye-bye man is like, yeah, I'm going to give you hallucinations of this guy, but I'm going to give him a bit of an upgrade while I'm doing it, just as a little favor to you.
Which, it doesn't really make Elliot look any better, but at least he's dressed a little nicer.
Yeah.
We're going to have a scene now where John thinks that Sasha is like a zombie Kim, and Sasha thinks John is Elliot in a dress shirt. And so we have this whole thing of her walking towards him and him being like, oh no, you're gross. No, get away from me. And she's like, but what's wrong? And chases after him. Like, what?
This is so boring. And I am convinced the reason that it's so boring is that it makes sure to show us this from both characters' perspectives. So there's no tension.
Yeah.
There's no tension because we know what's going on. If this were solely from John's perspective or solely from Sasha's perspective, I think it would work a lot better. Because at that point, you're wondering, is Elliot really here? What's John actually seeing? Blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, when we see them attacking each other, it would be more interesting. But of course, no. No, this movie had to do the most boring possible thing.
Yeah. So instead, it's just confusing of them like wandering through the house, especially when Elliot finally gets home and then sees them like up in the attic room as John has run away from what he thinks is Zombie Kim and looks for a weapon and finds a pair of scissors on the table. And then when Elliot finds them, he's like sitting over her and stabbing her with scissors.
And not doing a particularly good job of it because he's just hitting her in like all the non-lethal parts of her face, basically.
Yeah. And Elliot tackles John, and then they roll a little, and then he shoots John with the revolver. And then we reveal that John is actually Sasha.
Oh no! He shot his girlfriend.
He shot his girlfriend. John is stabbed. I'm not sure if he got stabbed with scissors, but he's bleeding out. He's on the floor too.
Yeah, he's massively f***ed up.
Yeah. But that doesn't matter. Elliot is sad about Sasha. Suddenly, the dog is here in the storage space again, and he walks out and then just walks past Elliot and leaves the room? The dog leaves the room. He'll be back in a minute, but now he's gone.
What is going on with the dog?
But it's okay. There's train noises, and then the bye-bye man is in his robe again, and now he's really here. And the bye-bye man's outfit, so he's got like a hoodie that he made himself, I think.
It's so fucking boring. This monster design is so fucking boring.
Just regular ass pants, and then just like a Henley, like another Henley.
Oh god, this is so. This is peak 2017 men's fashion, is what this is. This is.
And he's got white skin and long fingers.
That's it. What a waste of a dog.
What a waste of a dog.
What a waste of a dog.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, he's going to be pointing at Elliot with his long fingers, and then you would think he would do a hand thing or something, or at least, like, gesture or something, but instead he just keeps poking Elliot in the forehead.
Because the doorbell's ringing downstairs?
Because, okay, all right, so this is the same day as Kim getting hit by a train. This is the same day, so this is the same night. So it's been hours since it was pitch black and Carrie-Anne Moss arrested Elliot and then let him go, and then Elliot went to go find Faye Dunaway and then get a story and then leave and then hit a librarian and then stagger home. It's still nighttime. It's gotta be late, right? What time do you think it is at this point?
It is so fucking late, because, like, even if they let you go afterwards, the whole bailout process at a police station takes ages. It takes forever. He was there for hours, probably.
It's gotta be like 2 a.m., right?
The point is, it's way past this child's bedtime.
Yeah, but instead, the brother is here, and he brought his daughter, who is fully dressed up. She's got a little, like, tulle skirt from a little kid's dress sticking out underneath her jacket. And he's like, hey, Elliot, we're here. I brought my daughter to cheer you up.
At 2 a.m.
At 2 a.m, does his wife know that they're here? Speaking of which, he sees a vision of his niece looking in the parents' bedroom, and then both his brother and his brother's wife sit up with bloody eye sockets and mouths. And he's like, no, leave them alone.
You know, without this whole intercut with the doorbell thing, the bye-bye man just poking Elliot in the forehead is really fucking funny.
Like, he's not even doing anything. It's just poke, poke, poke.
Yeah, let's be clear. The bye-bye man does not do anything this entire movie.
No.
Never, ever, ever.
No.
All he does is stand there and poke you in the forehead. This is our villain. This is our monster that's so terrifying.
This is the most active he is that he just pokes you in the forehead while you're, like, crying over your dead girlfriend. But Elliot completely forgets about that, scrambles down to the front door, and yells at his brother and his daughter, who woke his daughter up at like 2 a.m. to get her fully dressed and to go over to his little brother's house when he was pretty sure his little brother's going through something.
My little brother, who just got arrested potentially for murder and was witnessed chasing after a girl with a hammer, I should definitely bring my 7-year-old daughter over to his house at 2 a.m.
Absolutely.
Father of the Year award.
Oh, yeah. And he's like, no, go away. And then his brother is like, hey, kiddo, I just now realized that this was maybe a terrible idea. You should go wait in the car. And she's like, no, I gotta pee. This is a plot-relevant pee.
It's an agonizingly plot-relevant pee.
Agonizingly.
Elliot is like, no, go away, and then starts to stutter out, bye-bye. And then upstairs, the bye-bye man turns around and looks, while the dog, who is now in the room again, is, I think, eating Sasha's eyes.
Again, unclear. This movie is not very well lit.
And then the bye-bye man uses his powers to open the front door. So, door opening. 21. Door opening. Like, he struggles to close it, and then the dad is again to the daughter like, hey, kiddo, go wait in the truck. And she says, no, daddy, I gotta go. So he says, go pee in the woods. My brother might be experiencing some kind of psychotic break, so baby, go into the dark woods in the middle of the night and take your leggings off and squat and pee. Nothing will happen while you are vulnerable and alone in the woods at night in the winter.
Don't worry about it. Meanwhile, you know that bit from the Game Changer Sam Says episode where he's like, Sam says don't flinch and then drops a dummy body from the ceiling?
Sam says don't flinch.
You, dude. I honestly take the point. Home. Oh!
Well, that's not fair. You've gone too far.
It was good. That was good.
You should be reined in, but that was good.
So there's Sasha's corpse.
It just drops Sasha's corpse from the upper floor. And again, it's shot as a comedic beat.
And then, yeah, so there's Sasha on the floor, and then the bye-bye man and the dog are just on the landing. This is Doug. He's very tall, so you can't quite see the rest of his head the way this stair landing works.
He's actually genuinely in danger of hitting his head on the stair landing.
And then Elliot whispers the bye-bye man, and then Vincent on the other side of the door says, bye-bye? Bye-bye what? Bye-bye what? But I guess if you don't hear the word man, that's not enough.
Yeah, and he spends an inordinate amount of time being like, bye-bye what? And it's like, man, just let it go.
Are you saying bye-bye to me because you're just about to die or something? Which the bye-bye man then takes off his hood and steps towards Elliot as though taking off his hood is some kind of ultimate reveal of something, and he's just bald.
The music swells.
He just takes off his hood and he's bald or something.
It's just Doug. You look at him, you're like, oh, it's Doug.
Oh, it's Doug. That's my friend Doug.
Hi, Doug. How are you doing, Doug? Hi, Doug.
Hey, Doug.
Yeah, and the music swells like this is a really dramatic moment. It's just nothing. Nothing is happening.
Yeah, it's just Doug. Elliot then takes the revolver and shoots himself. And then you hear a train, and then you look at the house from outside, and the upstairs is on fire now?
Wow, the movie basically forgot to establish that this fire would happen. Like, it didn't show like a candle or bad wiring or anything. The house is just on fire now.
Should I add fire to the list? Because,
Fire kind of
Faye
forgot.
Dunaway got lit on fire in a hallucination?
Yeah, it seems like fire
Okay.
should be on the list, yeah.
Yeah, let's put fire on the whiteboard.
Okay, all right. That's the climax. So we still have to do something tension related here because we have a few minutes. So Vincent realizes his brother just shot himself, and also he sent his daughter into the woods to pee alone in the winter dark.
It's like, oh, that's maybe not the best decision I've ever made.
So he runs around the house trying doors and screaming his daughter's name a lot, and then he realizes she's just in the truck where he told her to go.
Because she was cold. Because it's 2 a.m. in the middle of winter.
In Wisconsin. And she's like, Daddy, there's fire upstairs. And he's like, don't worry, baby, the fire can't hurt him anymore, which is wild because he doesn't know whether or not those other two people who live in the house are in there.
Who cares about them?
And now we have firefighters putting the house out. It's still pitch black. There is no sign of dawn. But Carrie Ann Moss is here again. And there's another cop saying, like, oh my God. So Elliot ran over the librarian and then went to the librarian's house to mutilate and murder her children and then went back to his house to kill his roommates and then killed himself, huh? And you had him in custody earlier?
Carrie Ann Moss fucked up so bad. And also, I just want to take a moment to talk about the way this movie frames the violence in it. So first you have this guy, the reporter Redman, a guy who from the outside went over to his neighbor's house, shot 2 of his neighbors, one of whom was a disabled man of color, proceeded to shoot 2 more women, and then drink drain cleaner and commit suicide. And then the movie is like, actually, this horrific act of bigoted violence is really heroic. He was saving a bunch of lives by doing this. And then now this movie, from the outside, what Elliot did was become so infuriated by the idea that his white girlfriend might be screwing a black man that he proceeded to murder at least 4 black people, his girlfriend, and then kill himself. And then the movie is like, no, actually, through a convoluted series of events, everything he did was heroic and he saved a bunch of lives. I don't think I like what this movie's saying.
No.
Whack!
I also am confused about the timeline here because it was like, so he killed the librarian and then went over to her house to kill her family who had already been dead probably for a few hours.
So their bodies would be a lot older and more decomposed, on the path of decomposition than hers.
So I think maybe, and this might be a long shot, maybe the forensics and the detectives in this town are bad at their jobs.
They're just not very good at what they do.
Yeah, they're just not good at what they do. Also, don't worry about Carrie Ann Moss fucking this up because she is a cop, so they will just casually throw that under the rug.
That's true. And she's like, well, it's not my fault. Something's going on here. I can feel it. How long has it been nighttime? And she's like, I had him in custody today. How long has it been nighttime? It's been nighttime for so long. There is no daylight anymore. It's not Alaska. Daytime happens in the winter in Wisconsin, I promise you.
Not in this universe.
Hey, remember the time the cops arrested Ted Bundy and rescued one of his victims and then proceeded to not only let Ted Bundy go, but hand his victim back to him?
That was actually Dahmer.
That was Dahmer? Okay, never mind.
That was Dahmer.
Thank you, Mackenzie. I knew you would know what I was talking about.
You're welcome.
I thought for a second you said that was dumber, like that was even more dumb, but no, Dahmer.
No, it's Dahmer. It was also dumb.
Technically, it was actually even more dumb than that. It was actually extremely dumb because the victim was, like, injured and naked and was, like, begging for help, and they were like, oh, just go back to your pimp, I don't care.
Awesome. Super awesome. Love it. Love it. Love it. So Vincent or Virgil or whatever, the brother, he drives home with the little girl who is like, I wanted to say goodbye. At least he gave me the coins. He must have left them out there for me to find because she found them in the little table next to the trash cans outside because, like, there was a thing.
And the table had writing on it.
This movie is trying to threaten this child so bad and is so bad at it.
Yeah, after Elliot drugged John to the cellar, he did throw the dresser out into the woods, and I guess it's just either the Bye-Bye Man moved it to the trash can, why didn't he just move it back inside or something?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Either that or he had Elliot hallucinating. This is the problem with horror movies that are based entirely on the character is hallucinating all the time. This is also what I hate about the Smile movies, is if you can't tell what's real, then there's no fucking stakes.
Vincent is like, oh, what did the dresser say with the writing on it, honey? And she replies with the most annoying fucking line.
Oh my God.
This fucking line.
Daddy, you know I can't read in the dark. What do you think I am? A flashlight?
This is... Ugh.
And then we pull away from that shot like we're laughing at the end of a sitcom episode.
Yeah, like this movie just teased the idea that like, oh God, the Bye-Bye Man is coming for this child. And it was like, no, you.
But instead, we go back to the end table, which is still next to the trash cans, and Carrie Ann Moss doesn't even investigate this end table. We don't see anyone pick up this end table. The end table is still doing nothing because John is alive. He's being pulled into an ambulance covered in burns and also all of those scissor wounds. And the EMT is like, he's trying to say something. And she's like, it's okay. I'm here. I want to know. And we hear John whisper the word bye-bye. And then Carrie Ann Moss turns her ear as John like mouths some words. And then that's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
That's the movie.
The one thing this movie gets right is that like dying words basically are admissible in court from a victim. Like, if a victim names their murderer right before they die, that's admissible in court, so she's trying to catch that. But, like, also this movie's stupid.
I'm not a flashlight.
Jesus Christ. What do you think I am, a What? Like, even like, by the standards of a 7-year-old, that's a very stupid thing to say.
Incredibly.
That's the movie. Now... Are you guys ready for me to explain this?
Yeah, please explain what we just watched, Annie.
Yeah.
All right, so first off, let's go over our list. We have 22 items on here.
Yeah.
We have train. Don't think it, don't say it. Don't say the name. We have coins, end table, weird dog, claw scraping, maggots, erectile dysfunction, coughing, shadow man, sexy hallucination, scary kid drawings, ideas are real, spooky sepia photo, phone being messed with, Bye-Bye Man makes you do it, eating eyes and tongue, phantom gunshot / glass cracking, Bye-Bye Man reflection, hallucinate car accident, door opening powers, and fire, ? Now, my friends.
Can you connect any of those dots for us?
Throughout most of them. So the Bridge to Body Island chapter from The President's Vampire.
Okay.
By Robert Damon Schneck. So this chapter basically starts out by saying, like, this one might really scare you because it really happened to a guy I know.
On the Snopes forums back in the early 2000s, that was just shortened to FOAF.
So this is how his friend tells the story. In 1990, in a small town called Sun Prairie, about 30 minutes outside Madison, Wisconsin, we have 3 friends named Eli, Catherine, and John. The friend is Eli. This is how Eli tells it. And of course, these are names that were changed. Eli and Catherine are dating, and they live together in this attic apartment of an old group home where John works a night shift. Catherine works part-time in the city. Their mutual friend John lives at a boarding house nearby. Eli, Catherine, and John start messing around with an old wooden Ouija board for fun. And they eventually settle into this routine where Catherine and John run the board, and Eli takes copious notes because they start contacting spirits through this mediator called the Spirit of the Board, introduces them to about 8 different spirits. Eventually, they get bored with these 8 ghosts and start asking if there's anyone more exciting they can talk to, and the Spirit of the Board is reluctant, but eventually it tells them that there's someone who wants to communicate with them. Someone who is a living human. The 8 other spirits also know about the guy and give them a name, which is the Bye-Bye Man.
Oh, God.
What?
Catherine is done with the shit immediately. She refuses to contact this spirit, and Eli and John are like, come on, and cajole her into this compromise, which is that they won't contact the Bye-Bye Man directly, but they will ask other spirits about him, and Catherine reluctantly agrees. So here's what they cobbled together about the Bye-Bye Man over several Ouija board sessions. The Bye-Bye Man is born with albinism, placed in an orphanage in 1920s in Algiers, Louisiana.
What?
Yeah. This kid does not get along with others. He may have been bullied. He lashes out, and eventually he gets into an argument with a nurse and attacks her with a pair of scissors.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's fucking, Jeff the Killer.
Basically. This is basically that. The Bye-Bye Man flees the orphanage and starts hopping trains.
Oh.
Oh my god.
He starts doing random murders as he travels on the train tracks, and eventually he goes blind, I guess on account of the albinism.
Okay.
Creates a dog, which has an incredible name, Gloom Singer.
Gloom Singer!
What do you mean he creates a dog?
He sews the dog together out of the eyes and tongues of his victims.
What?
And the dog acts as his seeing eye dog and can whistle to summon the Bye-Bye Man, and only the Bye-Bye Man can hear the whistle.
The dog can whistle? The dog can whistle.
Yes, the dog can whistle, and as you might suspect, the dog who is made out of eyes and tongues is not particularly stable and needs a regular influx of new eyes and tongues to be sewn onto it.
Obviously.
I feel like if you made the dog out of literally anything but eyes and tongues, it might hold together a bit better.
Just a little bit better. Maybe like stitch together some skin and then put the eyes and tongues in it.
Or just get a real dog. Dogs aren't that hard to find.
No, this dog is named Gloom Singer and it's a magic dog. And by the way, the dog, I have a screenshot I took excitedly last night.
Oh God. Oh God.
Gloom Singer is how the dog is credited in the movie.
Oh my God.
They have a credit for Gloom Singer, which is a dog named Scandafio's Nico Fidele. Yes, that is the dog's whole name.
Yeah, that's a dog from a breeder. That's how show dogs are named.
You can Google that name and you can look up the dog's registry and his parentage. And also the police K9 was playing a dog named Simba.
That's a very stupid name for a dog.
Simba's Pride.
It's all connected.
Her web connects us all.
Andrew Lloyd Webber's web connects us all.
So the Bye-Bye Man keeps spare organs in a seaman's bag he calls his sack of gore. Yes, capital letters there.
Okay.
Also, the Bye-Bye Man develops telepathy and he can sense when people are talking or thinking about him. And as long as they're thinking or talking about him, he can locate them and slowly track them down, traveling hundreds of miles on trains to attack people. He also has long hair, a tattoo on his wrist, glasses that are painted black, a wide-brimmed hat, a pea coat, and the aforementioned sack of gore. And also, the spirits tell them about a magic recipe to help the Bye-Bye Man find you, which is to take a big green glass bottle, cork the mouth, go out into the moonlight, uncork the bottle, hold it up to your ear, and you can hear Gloom Singer's whistle. And the last thing they ask is something that I actually think is, oh, this is a moment of an actual good horror story, which is, where is the Bye-Bye Man now? And the spirits say, Chicago, and coming closer. That's the only good thing in here.
That is the only good thing in there. Also, that outfit slaps. I wish the Bye-Bye Man in this movie had been wearing that.
So Catherine is done with this shit. She refuses to go any further in this. And this ends their Ouija experimentations. After this, Catherine starts having insomnia. She starts waking up around 3 a.m. or so and having panic attacks. John's work schedule changes, so they stop being able to hang out as much, but it turns out that John has also been waking up around that same time of night, feeling weird, he says. That winter, Eli and Catherine go to another town for a concert, go to Wausau. W-A-S-A-U, I think it's Wausau.
Wausau.
They go to Wausau for a concert, and to kill some time, they take a walk across a bridge that goes to a little island in the Wisconsin River the locals refer to as Body Island, which is where we get our title, The Bridge to Body Island. There's train tracks, because it is a train bridge, and while they're walking, Eli sees something on the riverbanks, goes to check it out, while Catherine stays up on the bridge, and while Catherine is up there, she hears a whistling. She worries it's a train, then is like, no, I think that was a human whistle. Eli doesn't hear anything, and then Catherine starts to have a panic attack and hears the whistle again. She says it's like it was right over her shoulder. Eli doesn't hear anything, and they go home. When they get home, John has left a message on their answering machine. And then they catch up with John, and he says that night he was at his room in the boarding house. He had a weird feeling. He called Eli and Catherine. He left a message, but they were out, and then decided to go to sleep. And for whatever reason, he decides to sleep on the floor. He wakes up sometime later to hear someone knocking on his door. He swears it's Catherine's voice saying, "John, let's go out to breakfast," which is something they do periodically. And then he realizes, wait a minute, it's the middle of the night. He hears this knocking again, hears what sounds like Catherine's voice repeating, "Let's go out to breakfast." He can see the light from the hallway under the door, and he can tell there's a silhouette of a person there. And then he hears Catherine's voice say, "John, open the door." John stays silent, and eventually whoever it is leaves. Again, that's a little sketch of like spookiness, I guess.
Yeah, that kind of works. I mean, it's not a story, but it's an atmosphere.
But that's the thing, is that because this is a like real life horror encounter thing, that's where the story ends. The book spends the next 20-odd pages trying to find this explanation for any of it, and it can't find anything, including the fact that there was no orphanage in Algiers, Louisiana. The closest orphanage wasn't around in the 1920s and never had any kids with albinism. And from there, he's like, I don't know, maybe there were like reported murders that match up to the description of the Bye-Bye Man. There's nothing. The author briefly mentions that Catherine dumped Eli a little while after the bridge incident, and then she and John dated for a little while. And then the author tries to come up with a narrative there of like, oh my God, did they invent the Bye-Bye Man subconsciously and it was like a sexual thing? Like eyes and tongues are kind of like testicles and penises, right?
What?
Was the Bye-Bye Man a tulpa? Was he a psychic manifestation willed into being? It's nothing. It's like 20 more pages and then it ends in a shrug, and basically wouldn't let that happen to me though.
R.I.P. but I'm different.
R.I.P. but I'm different.
R.I.P. but I'm different.
So the train thing, the dog, the eyes and tongues, and like a seance and thinking about the Bye-Bye Man summons him. That's basically it. That's the stuff they were working with. That's why, like, with the sepia photos earlier, I was like, oh, that's a train car because maybe it's him coming closer on the train to, like, coming to you. But in this movie, he's, like, just a psychic manifestation who shows up all the time anyway. So why the train?
Why does God need a starship? Why does a ghost need a train?
So let me just go ahead, highlight train, weird dog. I'm going to highlight, should I highlight erectile dysfunction?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, absolutely.
Gonna highlight, not Shadow Man, because we never actually see him because he's supposed to be a real person who's alive somehow. Eating eyes and tongue, I'm gonna highlight that. I think that's it. Oh, and don't think it, don't say it, because the name. Okay. So out of our list of 22 items, I've just highlighted 5 things.
The rest of it is just out of a grab bag of horror movie stuff.
Yes. Yes, it is. So this took a pile of, like a little pile of creepypasta of just random stuff, because this is all bullshit that is from several Ouija boards that they're trying to string together into a narrative. This is Ouija shit. Come on.
It's so Ouija shit.
Yeah, it's like we found out some random stuff on a Ouija board, and then something vaguely creepy happened, and then the story's over.
And again, like, this is the story they came up with out of several Ouija experiments, several Ouija sessions. So this is like a bunch of random words that they definitely like tried to string together. Imagine how cool they felt when they came up with the name Gloom Singer.
I'm so cool. Gloom Singer is such a cool name.
And again, like, these are spooky ideas that you throw together, you try to string into a narrative because it's Ouija boards, and then you have like some insomnia later, which no one even really has insomnia in this movie.
They are, if anything, sleeping too much.
They're sleeping too much. Eli wakes up a couple of times, but from external factors. We don't like have him like having insomnia. He just has nightmares. Then you take that, and then the screenwriter was like, well, that's not good. I'm going to add about 17 more things.
We need more horror movie stuff in here.
Yeah.
Does it all tie together? Who cares?
None of it ties together. We're just throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, except it's creepypasta. We're just throwing scary things at the wall to attempt to cobble together a narrative out of them. You can't do this. When you're making a horror movie monster, they gotta like have some ideas. They gotta have some motif. You don't have to do like an elevated horror like, oh, this monster's grief. I know. But like, God, I mean, let's talk about weapons, right? You have a hag with a couple of things that she does. God, weapons is so good. But like, there are a couple of basic ideas and visual concepts and conceits form the way that this creature works that makes this monster, this villain, distinguishable instead of just throwing on more spooky things.
What if we just threw in more spooky things, though? Like, what if he was, like, one of those preachers, the Bye-Bye Man? What if he was one of those preachers who, like, handles snakes?
Oh, we should... Damn it, why wasn't he also a snake handler?
Hey, the dark is scary, right? So let's put the character in a basement where you can't fucking see anything, and then he's just there for a while.
Oh,
and then there's still more furniture down there that they didn't use.
Also, there's a clown.
There should be a clown. Why stop here?
Also, a black cat that just randomly howls at some point.
Why stop here? Why not just keep going? Add the cat. Add a clown. We needed a spooky nursery rhyme. We needed somebody to get an invisible friend. No one actually said this house will be a fresh start for all of us. You should have just literally said that.
Get some weird fucking in there.
At least make it a little hornier if you're going to add this.
Yeah.
Come on now. Also, maybe don't cast your black character as the best friend who it would be so scary if he had sex with your girlfriend.
Oh, you know how like...
Let Elliot be a cuck.
Yeah, you remember how like everything about the Persian emperor in 300 is just what 14-year-old boys find terrifying? Which is, what if an enormous man was gay and into you?
This is why I find the Bye-Bye Man so fascinating. It's not good. None of it hangs together. Not a lot happens, but it keeps throwing these incongruent ideas together as though that makes it something, as though putting in enough content turns it into substance.
If we have enough half metaphors in here, surely a central metaphor will emerge.
It's just hoping the movie finds itself.
It's trying to procedurally generate a core metaphor.
And it's like, you can do that if you have a really good editor. Editors can basically get a pile of movie and turn it into a film.
Shout out, Lucas.
I know! Hey, wasn't I great? Did the whole family see it? It's your mom. What can I say? The camera loves me.
This editor, on the other hand... was making comedy beats out of people getting run over by trains and cars.
God, I am just so fascinated by how this movie does not work and all of the things it tries to do to make it work and make you think that if you, like, this is like a Netflix movie, like the kind of movie that Netflix executives want you to make, where it's something where you don't have to look at it. And if you don't look at it, that might improve it. If you are just mostly looking at your phone the whole time, you might mistake this for, like, an interesting movie.
Yeah, you might as well not look at it anyway, because you can't fucking see anything. And everything gets explained to you in words and dialogue at some point anyway.
Exactly. So you don't have to look at it. You can overhear everything, and you can still just be playing, like, Candy Crush or whatever. And you'll be fine. This is a Netflix executive movie.
I did make a joke about how it felt algorithmically generated. And yeah, it basically feels like taking the whole save the cat method to its natural conclusion where you're just doing horror movie Mad Libs. You just have a worksheet that you're filling out.
I think that's actually as much of the Bye-Bye Man as we can talk about for a movie with zero substance.
We have now been talking about the Bye-Bye Man for nearly twice the running length of the Bye-Bye Man.
Which means that it's time for our final facts.
Time for our final facts.
Mac, what's your final fact? Mac fact? Shit,
Mac fact.
Mac fact. You Who Never Arrived by Rainier Maria Rilke.
Ooh.
You who never arrived in my arms, beloved, who were lost from the start. I don't even know what songs would please you. I've given up trying to recognize you in the surging wave of the next moment.
All the immense images in me, the far-off, deeply felt landscape, cities, towers, and bridges, and unsuspected turns in the path, and those powerful lands that were once pulsing with the life of the gods, all rise within me to mean you, who forever elude me. You, beloved, who are all the gardens I have ever gazed at longingly, an open window in a country house, and you almost stepped out pensive to meet me, streets that I chanced upon. You had just walked down them and vanished, and sometimes, in a shop, the mirrors were still dizzy with your presence and startled, gave back my too sudden image. Who knows? Perhaps the same bird echoed through both of us yesterday, separate in the evening.
Thank you for that.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you for some actual poeticism. Contrast to this terrible, terrible movie.
I couldn't let Rilke be insulted like he was.
I very much appreciate that.
Thank you for redeeming Rilke for us.
Kit, what is your final fact?
If your horror movie can't be good, it should at least have some weird fucking in it. Sorry, Mackenzie.
No, that's real.
Annie, what's your final fact?
John Dunn approves.
That's true. If you have Carrie Ann Moss in your movie, you should constantly be asking yourself, does this movie have enough Carrie Ann Moss in it? And your answer should always be no. I should add more Carrie Ann Moss to my movie.
This is known as the Wachowski sisters doctrine.
Yes.
Well, that's going to do it for us, folks.
That was the bye-bye man.
That was the bye-bye man. We go bye-bye.
We go bye-bye now.
Join us next time when we will be watching a movie that is new to me and Mac, which is Serial Mom. This is Kit's pick.
Yay! We started talking about John Waters during this one, and I was like, oh, I know the one. I know the one we should see.
All right, rad. Join us next time for that. In the meantime, I Will Fight You comes out every 5 weeks. It is edited by Lucas Brown of The Math of You. If you would like to find us on the internet, you can do that on Blue Sky at crcpodcast.bisky.social. We are also on Tumblr. We have a Discord. You can find links to all of that on our website, crookedrussiancam.horse or crookedrussiancam.gay. That's right, the old .gay horse. You can also find a link on there to our Patreon at patreon.com/thejemdam. For just $1 or so a month, you can get early episodes. You can get access to stuff whenever we remember to put it up in terms of show notes. We have show notes. We have a lot of posts there in our history that you can peruse at your leisure. You can also use your money to pay our lovely editors, Lucas and Jake, and also Mackenzie, when she is cajoled into doing Date Me Damn It eventually, I'm sure.
I've gotten halfway through the episode.
Hell yeah! Give us money to pay people. Give us money to pay people. Give us money to pay people. Also, stuff is on our Patreon for our other shows as well, and you can find more about them on the website on the .gay horse. I think that's everything.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
I'm not operating on a lot of sleep.
We did this 1 hour earlier than we normally do for the sake of making sure people could get the things.
I have to go to a Cheesecake Factory, and I should have left probably 13 minutes ago, but I got like 3 texts saying, I'm going to be late, so I didn't really care.
Well, in that case, join us next time, and until then, I'm Annie.
I'm Kit.
And I'm Mac.
And we have fought you.
Mac, go get your fucking cheesecake.
Oh, yeah.